Right. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Linvin Muchacho Rex Delicano. What's up, guys? How you guys doing? Como están? Just gonna have something in the background real quick while I figure out some stuff. Let's set up an announcement for everybody. Roles. Not roles. Server. Damn it. Server announcements. At everyone. I'm live. Yes. At everyone. I'm live. There we go. How's everybody doing today? How you guys doing? How you guys feeling? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? So, they're adding Hulk to the game. Cool. They're adding the World War Hulk, I guess. I thought this was gonna be like an actual thing. That's weird. What's up, Unsmart? How you doing, man? How's everybody feeling? How's everybody doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I gotta start doing some prep tomorrow, so I'm not gonna be able to stream or really work. I was thinking about working tomorrow, but considering what I have to do, I'm probably just gonna say fuck it and just not really get much work done. So part of me thought, and let me know if you guys are down for this, if you guys are interested in having me do, if you guys are interested in just sitting by and just having me, do some voice recording in the background while you guys work on it. I do have to actually set up some signs for Sandbag, so you guys can sit here and watch me do that, or we can just yap about some stuff. I wanted to actually... Oasis. What's this about? Transformers, car robots, all transforming. Cool. I think I would get demonetized if I just sat there and watched that. Guardian Zord. Yeah, no. I've been getting a lot of giant robot transformation stuff for a little bit now. Logan Paul and KSI's Prime is basically dead. They can't give it away. That's crazy. Cheyenne Bryant got her fake degree. I'm reading the 4th grade Ninja War a bit before I catch up on the rest of the Sunday Jump releases. Nice. Nice. Are you enjoying the 4th grade Ninja War? I don't know how I feel about it, honestly. I think it's fine for the most part. I don't know why people have such that's not true. I don't want to say I don't know why people have such a massive issue when we know what the issue is. The alien introduction, the lack of hand signs being used. A lot of what's established in early Naruto ends up really kind of not mattering. Even though I would argue that, there is quite a lot of hand sign utilization from the Shinobi Alliance, especially when they're, working together. And obviously, the more powerful you get, it's kind of like JJK, where the more powerful you get, the less prep has to go into, you setting up a jutsu, or you setting up, a domain expansion, etc. You know how, Gojo can do domain expansion with one hand? Well, most people have to do it with two hands, and so on and so forth, right? I feel like, the 4th grade Ninja War, as divisive as it isn't terrible. Do you think Kaido got power cliffed? Yes, I do. 100%, 10 times out of 10. Kaido is not relevant to Emu. Kaido would get easily done in by Luffy, just the same. Fine by me, just gotta go out for a bit now. The exact time you start. That's funny. But yeah, no. I really don't know, man. It's... You know what it is? I feel like it's more of a case... Hey, what's good, Zedoxter? I feel like it's more of a case of, okay, so, the series establishes a lot of things early on, and a lot of people have, this weird fascination with this idea that, they're ninjas, they're shinobis, they should be using tactics, they should be doing all these things. But it's the more you think about it, the more powerful a shinobi is, the less tactics they really start to use. And I mean, you could try to sit here and counteract that with, Itachi, or, with characters like Itachi, or, midway post-time skip Sasuke, like Shippuden Sasuke, in the earlier portion, especially with his fight against Deidara. But then you think about it and it's well, that's not necessarily true. Or at least, it's only partially true. Characters, I would argue, characters, for the most part, especially on the higher end of the scaling chain, you know, your high end Kages, your Hashiramas, right, your third Raikages, and then pushing past into like the you know, the six paths user tier. It's like a lot of these guys really don't use that many hand signs or use that many, like, you know, strategically placed jutsu. Like, even Madara Uchiha was, like, barely doing any hand signs with any of his stuff, you know? He was, like, beating most of these guys' asses. He used, like, one hand sign with the Great Fire Annihilation technique, and then he used a second hand sign, technically 4 hand signs since, total. It was 3 when he used the Susanoo as well, but, 4 total because of the Fire Annihilation. He used like 4 hand signs total to like destroy the entirety of the Shinobi Alliance. You know, it's not like there's not like a lot of strategy that goes into it. It's just if you really are that much stronger, if you have that much more chakra, if you can afford to like just take the hits less or whatever, it's like if you can afford to take the hits more, it's like, yeah, why wouldn't you just unga bunga your way through it, right? And that's not to say that Madara unga bunga'd his way through it, right? Obviously not. I thought it was pretty cool how he sends out like giant fireballs and then runs past them. So that like they can go in there for a follow-up attack in case anyone tries to attack him. But it's like, yeah, no, what are the tactics that you do to beat that, you know? It's still good. I just feel like it could have improved upon a lot considering the amount of plot holes that were in it. What kind of plot holes were in the 4th Great Shinobi War? I always hear people bring them up, but I'm like, what real plot holes do they have besides like the Kaguya stuff, right? What's up, Carne Asada? How you doing, man? My poor goat Kaido power cliffing so bad. Kaido gonna be chopper level soon. Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine, Linvin muchacho. You'll be fine. Nothing's gonna happen. Is it possible Shanks is not only a Celestial Dragon, but also a Davy member? His mom was on God Valley during the flashback. I know not everyone living there was a Davy member, but it's still possible. There is a possibility for it, and he is considered the child of destiny, so you might say that, like, he's supposed to be someone who, like, would help decide the fate of the world. Does he give the Gum Gum fruit to the world government? Does he keep it from them? Does he give it to them? You know, like, can you scale Loki? It's gonna be a bunch of chain scaling. I'm gonna be honest with you. I can give you scaling for Loki as far as his. If you want to see me scale Loki right now actively, I can 100% do that for you. But there's an issue. A lot of the scaling for Loki is basically gonna use other characters as a bare minimum to go off of. So you know, you let me know. You let me know if you'd like to see something like that. Is this really a fucking Eggman? Wow, that's actually Eggman. Why is he barefoot?
Let's go. Holy shit. This is the coolest mod. Oh my god.
Wow. They really have Dr. Eggman in this fuck-ass game. That's funny. Why is Metal Sonic hit?
Unblockable in 8 frames of delay.
Yeah.
Alright. Fuck, there was a video here I wanted to see. Anybody remember what the videos here were before? Wait, you know what? I can just go back a little bit. Just go back a little bit. Ah, yeah, the Hulk stuff. I did want to check out that Hulk trailer. Does the Atom Tree have planetary durability? If it did, Loki damaged part of it, I think. I'd say that the scenario Loki was planetary AP with just a casual swing of his hammer. Well, I wouldn't call that a casual swing of his hammer, only because, you know, that hammer was... Like, okay, let's be real about this. It's not like the hammer itself... Like, he was just swinging the hammer willy-nilly. Like, that wasn't what was happening. He was still wearing a... chain on his anklet. A Sea Prism Stone chain. So, if anything, you would have to argue that he is pushing his body. Let me just peep this real quick. You would have to argue that he literally, he could still use his Devil Fruit casually, even while being weakened by one Sea Prism Stone chain. Some people think Katakuri beats Zoro and Sanji. Yeah, that they can believe that. That's on them. They can choose to believe that. I don't have a reason to try and fight people who, you know, believe that kind of stuff. It's completely fine. I need to blast this real quick, and let me just check out Hulk Marvel Tokon. Yeah, let's see what this is all about. Oh no! Oh look, a trailer. A character guide. Cool. I don't know if I like this fit for Hulk. I never liked the World Hulk feat. Oh, that's dope. That's dope. Okay. Jesus fucking Christ. Command input or quick command. Okay. Loki was near death and was weakened by Sea Prism Stone. I don't know if I would say he's near death, but he was definitely hurt. Kaido isn't power cliffed. One moment. Oh, wrong one. I didn't say that he is power cliffed. I asked. Yeah, I'm gonna be very honest here. Yeah, no, Kaido got power clipped. This is he's not doing this. Kaido was never doing this to Gear 5 Luffy. Like, I don't know if we saw a different fight. I don't know, man. Kaido was not dealing with Luffy to the same extent. Like, two people, at least relative to Luffy. Like, Imu took down two guys. Like, okay, let's be real here. Loki is at least relative to Luffy. I'm not entertaining the idea that he's not. Loki is at least relative, even if you think that Luffy's stronger, you think that Loki's... I don't care. They are relative to one another, and here is Imu quite literally having Luffy constantly on the defensive. He can't really do much, and then he just gets speed blitzed like that. I don't know, man. I don't know. I genuinely would never argue that, I personally wouldn't go out of my way to argue that Kaido hasn't been power clipped. I genuinely believe he has. Never understood how half of the Nine Tails remained sealed within Minato post-death, considering I always thought that the Tailed Beast died with their Jinchuriki and reformed again afterwards. I guess the entire Jinchuriki... I guess the entire Tailed Beast must die. Even if he is power cliff, he's still beating Duskman Akainu. Luffy greater than or equal to Kaido? Yeah, so you tell me. If Luffy is greater than or equal to Kaido by your opinion, then why wouldn't something like this just happen to Kaido as well? Like, that's kind of my whole point, right? If you think Luffy is relative to Kaido, which he would have to be, he fucking beat him, then yeah, Imu just did this shit to Luffy, who only landed one single hit, and Luffy's 2 arcs removed at this point from Wano. I don't know, man. I don't think I could. I don't think I would personally ever make it. That tree is surviving Barry on mode Naruto, in your opinion? Fair enough. So, let me know, guys. Are you guys down to, what are you guys down to do? Because I was thinking... I do want to set up a stream at some point, one where we all discuss Luffy got stronger than Kaido. I agree. They are relative, and yes, Imu doing that to Kaido. Yeah, so yeah, then Kaido got power cliffed. Yeah, I hope we can agree then that like Kaido did get power cliffed, you know. Unless you still don't think so, which at that point, let's just agree to disagree. I don't really care that much either. Kaido might have been like the first person I ever made a video on, but man, that video was rough. I really could do a better job. What's this? I want to see an extremely logical, consistent Naruto downplay. Well, I was thinking about making... It's not Naruto downplay. It's not Naruto downplay, if I'm basically saying. What happened to the monthly stream debates? I did want to have them. I guess through all the garbage that I was going through in the last couple of months, I kind of just forgot about that. So if you guys have been expecting those every few months now, for like the last couple of months, I'm really sorry. It wasn't originally my intention to like not go through with it, but you know, things happened. And if I had to be honest, like I have been thinking about like, you know, trying to be a bit more consistent with like streaming, especially maybe even on the weekends. The only issue is between a girlfriend and everything, like it is a little bit rough, especially since she and I don't see each other midweek. I do think everyone is susceptible to cutting attacks. That's why I don't like that point. Yeah, everyone was susceptible to cutting attacks. It's just that Luffy is susceptible to them. It's not that Luffy's weak to them, it's that they still work. It's not that they're a weakness, it's that they are basically... Piercing and cutting attacks are basically the only two things that'll help Luffy. Piercing and cutting attacks are essentially the only two things that'll help, that will allow someone like Luffy to actually be hurt if they're not coated in hockey. But, yeah. There is an idea that I did want to bring up to you guys. Again, I did bring it up, I think, last week, which was, or like 2 weeks ago. I don't recall at this point. Which was basically about, hey, what's up, Julio? So it's basically like, would you guys want to take part in a debate where you try to downplay a character more and more, right? I think that instead of having you guys do debates and I sit in the background, I think that what we can do is actually, I'll put it like this. I will essentially... Let me actually write it down so that we can all like have an idea of what it is that I'm trying to say. So it's me versus chat. Me versus chat. Anyone in chat who would like to join is more than welcome to join. It would be myself. Stream idea. Stream/content idea. I debate anyone in chat live on stream over who would lose in a fight. We try to downplay the character we try to downplay within reason. The character we are representing, and we explain why our opponent's character should win the fight. You can tackle any of the points the opponent makes, or further emphasize why. You can tackle any of the points the opponents make. Better interpretations for their character. This is basically like a downplay Olympics. Thoughts on the scale? Man Beast, Form Loki over Luffy over Injured Loki over Kaido. I don't know if I would say that Loki is over Luffy, only because Luffy has consistently showed the capacity and the confidence that he could either keep Loki under control or beat him up. There was actually a chapter where like Loki blasts Luffy with a lightning bolt. Mind you, that's already like one of Loki's abilities that is just essentially irrelevant to Luffy. It doesn't really matter what Loki personally does. It's as far as his lightning attacks go, unless there are, like right here. I'm destroying the people who are harming Elbaf. Why should I be scolded by your crewmates? Oh, it's just lightning. Why doesn't it work on you? If it did, I'd whoop your butt. God damn, I can't believe I got this on the first try. But yeah, I would probably argue Luffy. I would probably argue G5 Luffy, slightly, if not relevant, to Nidhogger Loki over base Luffy over base Loki over base Luffy. Emu used Void Sword against Loki. He would have one-shot Loki as well, in my opinion. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. I think that would have happened too. I'm not even going to tell you. Yeah, it's downplay versus downplay debates. You are trying to downplay your own character. Or essentially, we are trying to downplay our own characters. We're trying to explain why our opponents win, and the opponent can either choose to further emphasize why their character is so weak, or you can choose to further explain, or you can counter anything your opponent says and give a better interpretation as to why their character's feat is so much stronger. I feel like Ragnar was kind of carrying the fight Loki had with Emu. Let's go over it again. I want to double check this. I want to look through it again. I don't really have any qualms or issues with going through it. Okay, so Ragnar Izuchi, Loki Emu blocks it. Those flames. Emu gets bigger. Okay, you can turn giant. The power lurks within all of us. Okay. Still gets stabbed. Okay, misses the next hit. Blasts Loki. I didn't ask. Bro was, yeah. No, he dodged the attack. That's right. Emu did, dodge the attack. I don't give a crap. No one lords it over me. Isn't that right, Joy Boy? Isn't that right, Joy Boy? What's wrong? Got distracted? Then you don't respect me enough. Yeah, so he said it himself. He doesn't respect Loki enough. Loki tries to blast him with Thorheim. He blocks it. That would see each other again. Ragnar, they freeze the arrows. Eclipse gazing. He blocks the attacks. Then Zaza pops up. Kuri. What nonsense are you talking about? I've never seen someone absorb so much damage. Loki, Straw Hat Luffy, in any case, that will not be my soldier, so I shall eliminate thee instead. Just like Dozon. Ragna Duel. Ragna Duel Heim. Okay. So he tried to attack Luffy with Ice and Lightning again. Emu with Ice and Lightning again. Then we go to the Luffy. Did the same amount of land as Loki, but he did it to base Emu. Did it in base. Emu was toying with Loki. I don't want to say that Emu was toying with Loki because it doesn't ever really come across to me that, like, I mean, he does say that he doesn't respect him enough, but I don't know if I would say, is this the disingenuous downplay debate you were talking about a while ago? Yes, I want to make the disingenuous downplay debate. I want, it could be any characters and it'll be you guys versus me. We'll get one of the judges, we will get, one or two of the, mods to essentially, vote. If both mods can't come into a conclusion, we'll give them like 5 minutes and we'll go at it. I think we'll maybe make it like a 15-minute round of debates. That way, I can get in as many with you guys as possible. This makes it seem like Emu uses Future Sight against Luffy, not Loki. That's fair. Although, something that I do wonder, and not necessarily in regards to the idea of Future Sight, but there is a moment right here. There is a moment right here where you hear tech, where like you see Loki look down and then he goes tech, and then he blocks both of Luffy's attacks and he says, I was able to hit you before. Then he attacks, they're chasing him, gum, yeah. Yeah, of course not. And then, yeah, he just straight up speed blitzes Luffy. Yeah, he just straight up speed blitzes him. I got the Godzilla black hole thing wrong yesterday. It wasn't a direct comparison to a black hole. It was a comparison to the hollow earth portals, which gave off gamma radiation bursts. Ah, okay. With a frequency of 60 exahertz, which itself is comparable to things like supermassive black holes. The statement is also from Apple TV show, which to my knowledge is dubiously canon, so it's reasonable to not take it as truth. Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And it's all good, Alex. Regardless of whether or not you were right or wrong, I mean, you did present more evidence than anything I ever had, so regardless, it's all good, man. I really appreciate it. That's why Luffy couldn't hit Emu in Gear 5. Let me get in on this. You're down to do it? I'm down to do it. I'm down to really have... Why do I keep getting notifications super late for stream? So yeah, I do want to do this. The topics of conversation, just to make it easier on, I guess, me, because I only know like 3 series worth of scaling, is maybe 4 if you throw in Dragon Ball, but I'm not as confident in my Dragon Ball knowledge, although I am able to at least make up arguments on the fly why they lose. To further emphasize and offer better interpretations for their character, or further emphasize why their character is trash. There is trash. Dang, how much did I miss? Not much, honestly, not much. It's only been, the stream's been up for like 20 minutes, but most of it has just been me kind of like just yapping with chat and then offering an idea for a potential stream that we could do in the future. If you're not, just know I love you. Thank you. I love you guys too. Thank you. My last comment proves that Emu was toying with Loki. Probably. So I guess you could argue that, yeah, like, Luffy is probably stronger than Loki. I'm still a bit iffy on whether or not I want to make the claim that either of them are stronger than the other, but I think it's all fine, you know? Ragnar versus Kurama would be a funny short. You know what's crazy? I know that, like, there are moments... How do I put it? I know that there are, like, moments where, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, Nami's trying to fucking blast him. What's going on with this thing? It won't work. Nothing works on it. It's not ice. If it was actually what if it's actually diamond or something? Diamond? Oh, man. I bet. I got Kaguya Otsutsuki at any level. You know what? Okay. So, what character will we have to do? I think I'll set up a list. If you guys want to do something like this, I think we can set up a list, and we'll try to downplay the characters the best we can. You can also try to counter your opponent's arguments by describing how powerful their character is. You can also tackle any points to make and offer better interpretations for your opponent's characters. For your opponent's character... in order to make them sound better. This is kind of like the hammer turns into a hammer on Kurama's paw, and he starts screaming like Tom. Yeah, Tom just lets out a big ah! Just lets out the biggest fucking yell. Let me ask you guys a question real quick. Do you guys okay? Would you take part in the downplay Olympics? Would you take part in the downplay Olympics? Only answer yes if you are willing to speak live in VC. Yes, no. Okay. Here's a challenge. Try to get Sakura to the highest level you can. I argue that she is multiversal plus based on her being able to hurt Kaguya, who would directly scale to her own TSO. Because why wouldn't it? Because it's her jutsu and it's her chakra and she made it and all that. I could make some bullshit up for Sakura. Yeah, I think this would be really fun. I think it'd be really fun to be able to talk down some of our favorite characters and basically downplay them the best way that we can. You can tackle it as however you'd like. I think I would be down to. I think I would be down to do it, and it would be against me. You guys would have to debate me. What type of weapon do you think Joy Boy used? Like, every depiction of Nika we show use some kind of combination of sword, shield, and spear, while Luffy only uses his hands. I'm not sure. I would kind of be okay with Joy Boy actually not using any weapons. But I think that would make him too close to Luffy. I would probably think that Joy Boy actually having some kind of a weapon, maybe like a... Maybe not inherently like a swordsman, maybe like a staff, you know? Like, really furthering up the idea of, like, Sun Wukong that, has, since Journey to the West has, had such a massive influence on these series, I think it would be cool. I think it would be really cool to give Joy Boy maybe like some kind of staff, maybe even like a staff that grows along with him, you know? Luffy is made of rubber, like a rubber band. I snapped the rubber band, therefore me over Luffy. Yeah, something like that, right? But it has to be genuine within the story, right? Like, you have to be able to keep it up within the context of the story, right? It has to be within reason. So what this means, so what the within reason portion of the claim means, I like his axe depiction. That would also work, yeah. So within reason essentially means that you can't just make up shit. You have to like literally argue something, at least from within the context of the story. You can downplay any feat however you'd like. You can try to downplay whatever line of scaling you'd like, but you have to be capable of making the most consistent argument possible. I think we'll even do like a 2-judge system. That way, there's no like majority. Like, both judges have to agree on somebody, and it does. And obviously, we'll let them know, like, listen, don't obviously vote for me, if anything. Like, vote for whomever you think genuinely had the best argument. I think that would be fun. Also, I can take Yamato and Yoruichi at the same time in a fight, right? In a fight, right? I'm telling y'all, Akainu is mouse level. Why is Akainu mouse level? I had a theory that Loki wouldn't want to use his hybrid form because he'd be reminded of taking on his own father's life. You know what? That's actually not the worst thing I've heard. That's actually not the worst thing I've heard, honestly. Like, it would make some sense. I would like to see what Loki looks like in his hybrid form. I'm surprised we haven't seen it yet. I really are. Just concede. The most disingenuous argument I have experienced so far is Aizen is carried by his hacks to carry his intelligence, but the moment he doesn't use hacks, apparently he should have used it, like, legit. What we judging? In the downplay, the base you need to represent Sukuna. I'm not representing Sukuna. I am not downplaying my king. That is the one character you will not get me to represent. What we judging? Okay, so again, it's right on stream. It's a stream/content idea. Who's judging? It could honestly be you. If you want, we can do this on like a weekend, and I could honestly have you be the judge. We hop in on Discord, it'll be just me and the other guy yapping, and then whenever, it's time for you and our other judge to come to a conclusion, we can, you can just make a decision based on what you want. I challenge Luffy to rock, paper, scissors. Cool. You try to beat him in rock, paper, scissors? Again, it's two characters versus one another. You're arguing why your character would lose. Okay, it's not you versus the other character. Wait, here's a challenge. What's the lowest you can manage to downplay Sukuna? What's the lowest I can manage to downplay him? Maybe like building level, maybe like small building level. Maybe like small building level, and his domain expansion is basically just a bunch of knives that are attacking just so quickly that it looks like they're dismantling everything, but it's like a metric fuck ton of them are essentially just attacking you all at the same time. Luffy would cheat at rock, paper, scissors? Absolutely not, actually. Canonically speaking, that's actually not true. Luffy, according to Eiichiro Oda, because this was brought up in an SBS, Luffy would canonically never cheat in a rock, paper, scissors match. Never would. He wouldn't even use Future Sight. Most Naruto Lightspeed arguments is tiring to see, yeah. I'm at work right now, I can only listen to. It's not gonna be right now. I don't want to argue this right now, I don't want to do this right now. Downplay him the wall level? Yeah, Sukuna attacked, Jogo, or what's his face? Yeah, Jogo with, let me see if I can bring it up, actually. Yeah. Sukuna, attacked Jogo with a slash of his. One of his, oh wait, this is 200. I keep, yeah. 1 second. 1 segundo. Yeah, it was like right here. Yeah, like look, Sukuna's not even wall level. Like look at this shit. Oh, we love a wholesome pirate king type shit. You represent Sukuna, and I'll represent Sakura in our debate. And I have to argue why Sukuna loses to Sakura. I'd rather kill myself. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I'd rather not want to do that. Let me know the time and the place and I'll be there. Disingenuous arguments are the best. Would you argue Sakura beats Sukuna or hurts your soul? Yes, it would absolutely destroy me from the inside. I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could do it. I really don't. Like, listen, if somebody donates for that one, I'll do that one. I'll debate Sukuna versus anyone who wants to debate Sakura, and I will downplay Sukuna. I will downplay Sukuna, but I don't know. You gotta donate like $50 or some shit, man. I don't know. No way I'm doing a fucking Sukuna loses to Sakura debate where I have to basically argue that bitch beats him. There's no way I could do that, bro. Like, you're asking me to do that and win, man? Nah, come on, bro. Don't make me do that. Yeah, I need like some kind of monetary example for this. Yeah, and in his mind, if Sukuna's wall level, Sakura's brick level. Sakura is a stone pavement level, bro. Sakura at best just breaks large boulders. That's it, bro. I'm not entertaining anything more than that, bro. You have to win. Fuck. All right. For $50, I'll do it. And whoever donates $50, I'll argue it. Craziest take I heard: Naruto can absorb Logias because he absorbs energy. You could also make disingenuous arguments. Also, you can make disingenuous arguments for the character you're not defending, right? You're not arguing against. So, for example, right? I can make, because I'm not defending Sakura, I can make the obnoxious claim, for example. You could make, like, the obnoxious claim. Let me, throw this in here. Let me, wait 1 second. Throw this up here, and then just extend this down here. Okay. Tanjiro over Sakura. Yeah. Ah! Damn it. Okay, right here. And then just extend this outward. That's fine. You can make whatever claims you want for the opponent's character to hype them up as much as possible. You can make as many claims as you want for the opponent's character to hype them up as much as possible. Sakura above Nezuko? Yeah, probably. No one downplays JJK more than Gege himself. We had people claiming Gojo could be universal and immeasurable speeds before Mojulo. The Mach 3 statement did irreparable damage. The Mach 3 statement did irreparable damage, even though it doesn't scale at all to Gojo or any of the other high tiers. I don't know, man. Like a random fucking dude that just learned how to do domain expansion as he turned into a curse. I don't know, man. Nezuko can blow up a city block? Yeah. Anyway, that's just a little idea. Let me ask you guys a second question. This is just for this. I'll actually just leave it there for a little bit, but let me end the poll real quick. Let me ask you guys, if I go up against Kaguya, I'm going to use the 5th dimensional scaling. You will have to tell me honestly how she's able to move 4-dimensional planes around without being 5th dimensional. You could argue it. You could try to argue it if you're up against Kaguya. We'll figure out who Ichigo over Luffy. I'll break up with you. Don't play with me. I'm playing. I wouldn't do that. I got the entire Naruto verse losing to Chapter 1 Yuji. That would be insane. You got Shibai Otsutsuki, little bro. You got Shibai losing to Luffy. That'd be crazy. Okay. So, my next thing that I wanted to ask you guys, because I do still need to get a little bit of extra work done before tomorrow, is, would you rather yap about whatever nonsense I thought we were being disingenuous. We are. Some things are just a little too disingenuous. Some things are just heresy. They're blasphemy, you know, like it's like some things are just basically just the worst thing you could say to a person, especially someone that you love, you know? It's like telling someone who doesn't like bananas that like they taste like bananas or some shit, you know? Like, I don't know, man. Do y'all know if Dandadan is worth reading? I think it looks interesting. I think there's a lot of fuck shit going on in that series, but I think it looks interesting. Sakura stomping through JJK, Demon Slayer, and Sakamoto Days Ult at the same time. Yeah, you overestimate the fuck out of that pink sea rag. Luffy like... Yeah, that's a 1 minute timeout. Yap about whatever nonsense. Yap about whatever nonsense. What would you rather? Yap about whatever nonsense. Listen to me do some voice recording for some voice recording. Or, make a list over potential... Make a list over potential, over theories for next. List theories for next One Piece chapter. Okay. Which verse is Sakura one-tapping? They said that Sakura is one-tapping Demon Slayer, JJK, and Sakamoto Days. She can't even one-tap Demon Slayer because she doesn't have a Nichiren sword or any weapon. That's crazy. Mahoraga has better healing than her, and he was struggling to get out of Shrine. Sakura is cooked. Well, it's not even like healing. It just straight up adapts to the attacks and then just ignores the damage. I looked up the random argument for Sakura winning against Sukuna and got this. Sakura heals herself faster than Sukuna damage to her while she's also FTL. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about her being FTL. There's nothing in the series that confirms that. Well, someone said Sukuna doesn't even get past Shippuden Four Tails Naruto. I would argue that he does, easily. Wonder how Eon would think of that. Yeah, I think he'll be fine. I would honestly argue that there is no one as physically impressive as Sakura and JJK. Maki is the top tier in terms of physical strength. I mean... This is her literal best feat. So, I don't know what puts... I don't know what exactly puts her above anyone else in JJK. I mean, I guess you said physical strength. But let me, where the fuck is it? Before all the stuff. When do they get the power up? When does Sasuke show up after this? Yeah, like, this is literally her best feat. She broke the ground beneath her. That is her best feat. There is nothing better than this. She shot into the air 60 slightly taller than human creatures. Look, no matter how great you can regenerate, the biggest weakness in all form of media is that you have to evaporate every single thing so they can't regenerate from anything. I honestly... Definitely not JJK, probably not Demon Slayer. I don't know if... What was the last one? Sakamoto Days. I don't know enough about Sakamoto Days, but probably that one. Look, no matter what... Wait. Tsunade took damage from irregular lightspeed travel. How is Sakura getting to FTL? Is there a aside from Satoru Gojo's statement in physical power in JJK? No. No one, as far as I'm concerned. There is no one as far as I'm concerned. No one that like really seems to scale above Gojo in terms of most stats, besides Yuta having a higher CT than him, Hakari having better RCT, and I think that's it. And I guess Yuji maybe being physically stronger than him. Don't has to be at the L. Make yourself is not much above sound. Maki yourself is not that much above sound. Maki is having a field day with Sakura. Does the 100 seals grant Sakura automatic regeneration? Because a lot of people are saying that for some reason. She has to activate the seal and start utilizing the chakra within it. She has to activate it first. I'm not in the relativistic camp for JK. I am. I'm definitely in the relativistic camp. Well, you see, those rocks are made out of adamantium, so the force it took to destroy those rocks is planetary at bare minimum. Ah, right. How could I forget that? How could I forget how impressive those rocks are? So, you guys don't want to hear me do some voice recording for Sandbag? You guys don't want to hear me make some stuff for him? I still have to, like, save this. We are currently at, let me double check. I think I currently just started the, I'm a fish man that is, yeah, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Right here.
Jesus Christ, finally! That took forever. Alright, so, who wins? You kinda lost me halfway through Naruto's End of the Scaling. When you told me I had to just read off a few flashcards, you didn't say it would take over 2 hours.
Yeah, alright. I'll just rip off the band-aid right away. Listen, there's no way Naruto wins this round whatsoever. Like, I genuinely do not even have to entertain the idea that he does.
Ooh, people are not gonna like that.
So let me know if you guys wanna, what JJK punch is competing with Sakura. Give me 1 second. What is it like around here? This one right here. Yeah, this one. I mean, to be honest, why would I consider locking up 63 people up into the air impressive? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 43 people up in the air. Yeah, so do you guys want to hear me do that, or do you guys want to yap about whatever nonsense that you guys can bring up? I'm down for either or. I'm only here for like another hour with you guys. After that, I've got to call Letty. I disagree about this as well. Bro was given a blanketed plus Kashimo statement and everyone ran with it. It is incredibly inconsistent with the verse. I believe she would be at least 1.5 to 2 times faster than Mach 3 after making... So punching through walls? Yeah, and this is just punching the floor. What are you talking about? Like, we could describe it for what it is. Yeah, he punched him through a building and she basically knocked up a bunch of ground. That's it. That's it. Literally nothing else to go off of. Literally nothing else to go off of. As a matter of fact, it didn't even reach Naruto and Sasuke. It didn't even... The explosion didn't even reach Naruto and Sasuke. So again, you could argue that it's just punching through walls. It's still more impressive. It still looks way more impressive to me than her just punching the ground. Browser, a multi-building level feat versus a city block level feat. And says Sakura is as they hate is unbounded. Boundless hate. Type shit. Shiz on the JJK Lightspeed meta in the original series? Nah. Modulo's not canon. It ruined everything. I recently found a JJK times 40k fic called The Cursed King, where Sukuna reincarnates into the body of the 11th Primarch. It's pretty good, and when Big E found him, they fought and EMP's one-shot Sukuna after literally just learning how to use Cursed Energy with a domain expansion at a level higher than even open domain and Keck. That's pretty cool. That's pretty interesting. Gege is not reliable? Yeah, no, Gege is not reliable. Why would I even remotely agree to a series written by the author? What? Naruto? You're telling me that Naruto fans have been downplaying One Piece for years, saying that, hey, these guys are, why would you believe Oda? Like, come on now. Naruto fans have been downplaying One Piece for years, bro. They've been saying that why should we even remotely consider what Oda says? I could say the same exact thing about Gege Akutami. What makes me think that Gege was right about him almost approaching Lightspeed? Why would I believe Dabura and his technique? What makes me believe that Dabura understands his technique to the extent of actually knowing what Lightspeed is? Do we know if Dabura knows how fast One Piece is? Do we know if Gege Akutami knows how fast the speed of light is? Come on now, guys. Let's be honest here. Let's not be disingenuous here, guys. Let's not wank these guys. The JJK punch doesn't look that impressive? Yeah, neither does Sakura's punch. What's your point? What's your point? You could say it doesn't look impressive. I could say this one doesn't look impressive at all either. What else? If it doesn't look impressive, it doesn't look impressive. That's basically it. So what's this? The Gamma Spark increases when absorbing attacks during Gamma Spark. Activate using Gamma Spark. Yeah. So how does Hulk work? Gege kind of is, though, especially with physics and math that's incorporated into the series. Nah. Gege's making shit up. If you actually look at real-world math and science, cursed energy doesn't even really exist. That shit, I wouldn't believe the author of the series. That's complete and utter horseshit, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you actually believe the author, then you should know by now that, like, that's like one of the worst mistakes anyone could make. Like, legitimately, anyone who believes that Maki's only Mach 3, I did some pixel calc scaling, and Naoya was in fact traveling at like Mach 50 billion. He was too fast. So Gege said, nah man, that's way too fast. Like, Gege themselves said, like, oh, Maki didn't actually catch a real bullet, you know, that would have been too much for her, but it's like, Maki did catch the bullet, though, so fuck you, Gege, I could just say whatever I want, you know, type shit, yeah. Do we know if Dabura knows how fast One Piece is? I don't think so, actually. True. Gege and Oda aren't reliable, but some random guy who met Kishimoto once and barely read Naruto, but wrote the second-hand data books is? That's exactly what I'm saying, dude. That is, you get it, exactly, you get it. Gege was so diabolical, he managed to downplay JJK up so bad, it carried over into One Piece. Exactly, we're taking hints from Gege and Oda, bro. Come on now. I will say I do like the sash on the pants. Okay. Yeah. Gege was, she could block lightning from Nue. How does precog make her blatantly outran and outmaneuver Cursed Naoya going at Mach 3? All this debate about Naruto versus Luffy or Naruto character versus One Piece character, Kishimoto already confirmed, but Madara could beat Nappa, and as we all know, Nappa's boundless. Yeah, Nappa's boundless. Don't you remember? Nappa pointed a finger, 2 fingers up, and he blew up an entire city. Don't you guys remember that famous Kishimoto interview where he said that he didn't know how to beat Madara, and so he had to just make Kaguya. He literally made another character just because he couldn't figure out how to beat Madara. He made a character that was stronger than Madara just because he couldn't figure out a way to beat Madara. That shit was crazy. I'm reading her fight right now on the page Kurt Naruto spans. He doesn't outrun him once. Am I missing that? What page? Hulk or any giant character really doing a light low kick always looks kind of goofy, doesn't it, right? I don't know how to beat Madara, so instead I'll have this jobber stab him and one-shot him. That's what I'm saying. Is Token out yet? No, Tokon is not out yet. It comes out in 2 days. In a whole 48 hours. I'm thinking about getting it. I've been generally thinking about getting it, but like, I'm just so bad at fighting games, dude. I am so fucking dog shit and I never learn combos. Have you seen Spider-Man Brand New Day? I saw it last week, a day before it came out. It was alright. The movie was absolutely passable. I have no strong feelings towards it. I think the interactions between Punisher and Spider-Man are the best parts of the movie. I broke down laughing completely. I'm talking about wheezing. I'm talking about losing my shit. I was in actual tears. I was in some legitimate actual tears when a scene with Spider-Man and MJ essentially like did not go his way. And if you watch the movie, you know the exact scene I'm talking about. I was fucking crying. He looked so devastated. I was actually laughing my ass off. One of my friends said, "Bro, yeah, you already know where you're going, bro. Yeah, like I'm not getting my ass beat because of you. Like, yo, we're leaving the movie theater early, bro. Like, literally, the whole theater was silent, and all you could hear was some asshole, me, on the left of the movie theater, just literally going like I was crying, bro. That shit was too funny to me. And before anybody asks, Eon, what the fuck? Why were you crying? Why were you laughing your butt off at one of the most emotional scenes in the movie? A scene where, you know, Spider-Man is essentially having his heart broken. I'm like, bro, did you guys ever see a meme? Let me just show you. Spider-Man learns he will never be happy. There was a comic book panel. Learns there isn't a timeline where he's happy. There was an old comic book panel. Comic panel. There was a comic book panel where, like, Spider-Man was talking to, like, some great effigy of, like, time and space or whatever, like, that could, like, see all the timelines for him. And he asked them, is there any timeline where, you know, like, I get the girl, where I'm happy and stuff? I'm so tired. Is there any comic where Spidey actually gets happy? Amazing Spider-Man for straight up. That's just straight up wrong. Have you? What the fuck? The Damage Wells runs. I have to understand. I don't read comics is a travesty. For example, posting the Kelly's run. He's far from happy. There was something like that, right? There was a panel at some point where they literally say that in every single timeline, like, Spider-Man just isn't really does show the Spider-Man after Superior. I can't find it. Anyway, there is an actual panel in one of the Spider-Man comics. If any of you have read anything like in Spider-Man, if any of you have read any amount of Spider-Man, or like you know of it, then I think you'll know what I'm talking about. But essentially, like, this effigy, this being that, like, can see all timelines or whatever, Spider-Man was having a conversation with them, and he asked them if there was any timeline where he could have been happy, and they literally just straight up told him no. No, like, in every single one of your timelines, like, there just isn't, like, no, there's no way you're ever happy. You never have a truly peaceful life. And I don't know, when that scene in Spider-Man Brand New Day happened, I broke down crying. I was laughing my ass off because I just could not even remotely stop thinking about that scene. I'm like, yo, this motherfucker just can't catch a break. Everything he does, like, every single moment of happiness for Spider-Man really just is a genuine stint of, like, a genuine just tiny little moment in a long running dog shit pile of shit shows that is his life. Like, Spider-Man just really has to just deal with a lot of bullshit every single time. The writers do not like this motherfucker. I love it. I love it. I don't know why. Are you getting Avatar fighting game? Look up Sonic Fox playing Azula or Nightmare Korra. Absolutely not. I do not care for the Avatar fighting game. It does not look interesting to me. The only thing I found of interest was that people are saying it's a very difficult, high input intensive game. But besides that, I don't know. I've never been interested in Avatar, and B, and most importantly, I've never once even remotely liked the way the game looks. Like, the Avatar fighting game, I'm not saying that it looks bad. I'm not saying that it is a bad game. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm just saying I do not like the hand-drawn style that they went with. It reminds me too much... You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me too much of, like, a Flash game. Like, whenever I see the characters moving back and forth, I don't know. You know where you're going? That's messed up for that laugh. Yeah. Yeah. That shit was definitely something. If I remember correctly, there's a version of Spider-Man that accidentally gave MJ cancer from his webbing because the spider bite made it radioactive. That is absolutely fucking insane. What do you think of small size stars and power scaling? I don't think they're literal fucking stars, but like if you call something like, all right, let's let me pull it up. Ace, Flame, Emperor, Vivre card. Fame, Emperor, Databook. Vivre card. Vivre card. There was a Vivre card for like Ace's Dai Yankai Entei. There was a fuck it, I guess we're just going to the Library of Ohara. Let's see if we can find it there. Which of these was it? Arlong Park and Impelled Down, Alabasta, Marineford, Baroque Works, Fishman Island, Second Quarterback, Don Quixote, Ennius Lobby, Korea Coliseum, Charlotte Family, Jellerma 66, Sabaody. Is there one where we get to see more of... those are the birthdays. That's their favorite food. There is a Vivre card statement that says that Ace can create a small star. He can create a literal star, not even a small one. He can just straight up make a literal fucking star. I'm not the biggest fan of that statement. I'm not the biggest fan of the statement. I'm also not the biggest fan of arguing that a person who can create a small star in their hand is automatically star level, because that would insinuate that they have the capacity to wipe out an entire star just because they made one that is like a million times smaller than your average star, right? Like, if you can make a star like the size of the palm of your hand, cool, fantastic, and maybe it might have the properties of a star, sure, but it's really just a combination of like nuclear fusion and reaction that you're making in hand. It doesn't mean that it has the same power as a massive star. It doesn't mean that it exudes the same amount of energy as a star. It's not consistent enough, at least for me as a scaler, to really sit here and say, unless somebody says that like, oh yeah, inside that small star packs the exact same power as a massive star. I would need something, at least within the context of the story, I would need something to genuinely make a... Wow, we just don't see Uroja's thing. That's crazy. I would need something that actually is stated or implied within the context of the story to sit here and entertain the idea that, like, a star, especially one that's, like, maybe, I don't know, like, 5 times larger than the average person. Where would you scale Zebek off of chain scaling? Under the assumption that all the characters there are at least Yonko level combatants, I would probably say that I would put them at that above multi-continental continental barrier. He is capable of fighting the ancient giant Herald, and it said that like just the clash of their swords blew away everything within 5 kilometers. Let me see if I can find it. It was kind of crazy. I like it like that. Yeah. Hey, I found it. Who is this? Who is Yamato running into? Is that Okiku? Daimyo of Ringo, Kiku Nojo, and Boss Ocho. Ah, okay. That's because you're lowballing, but other people won't, so even if you don't just subscribe to the line of scaling, you should know it and bring it up against people who do scale based on word. Wait, what are you talking about? I don't... What exactly are you referencing? Sorry, I don't necessarily know what you're referencing. Okay, the clash between strangers. Let me just change the layout real quick. I might add this one to my repertoire of things. The lives of kings are no threat to Mu. I suppose not, but your holy land is in panic. National, I will be back right here. Okay. The clash between eradicated any sign of others for 5 kilometers. Yeah, they basically blew away everybody that was around for like 5 kilometers. That's just a factor than we precognition. That's because you're lowball. I don't know what you're exactly referencing as like the lowball. I'm sorry. I kind of just stopped looking at chat for a second. Please do some more Bleach takes. I can, but not for now until I'm done with this. Bleach fans got to get a wake-up call. That'll happen in the future. If I remember correctly, the version, yeah. Zedokster. Okay, so you guys are just having a back and forth. Oh, that's funny. You've got the SpongeBob Clanker look. Entei, that's a cool Pokemon. Oh yeah. Dienkai Entei. Yeah. Where would you scale Zebek? That's cause you're lowballing. So sorry, my message system was acting weird. Yeah, I don't know what you guys are saying. Do you scale creation feats to destruction feats? Making an island, continent, planet, star, or stars? I don't scale creation to destruction. The issue with those kinds of feats is that the star or the sizes are impossible because the mass required for fusion condensed in that space would make it a black hole, not a star. Yeah, so it's just basically some bullshit anime logic. It's just fiction logic. You can make a star like let me show you guys. I will check this out later because I do actually like Hulk. But father makes a star, makes a sun. Makes a sun in his palm of his hand, alright? So yeah, it's like Father from Full Metal Alchemist, right? Where it's like, look, Father can use alchemy to essentially create a tiny little sun in his hand, right? Like this is kind of what I'm talking about, right? Where it's like he never does anything with the sun. He never does anything specific with anything of the sort. None of his feats ever state that he can like blow up the planet. None of his feats state that he can like use the sun to like power up a thing. If, for example, someone is arguing Bleach is universal because they claim that SS is then by their logic the sun scaling should be legitimate because it's called a sun. Okay, I see where you're coming from. I see exactly where you're coming from. Don't worry. Whenever we get back to Bleach, I will be making some more Bleach content in the future whenever I'm done with this, but for now, I do want to tell you that, like, yeah, this is something that we can definitely talk more about whenever I get back to Bleach. But yeah, it seems like you guys just want to yap about whatever, so, I mean, I don't know. I don't really have, like, much other topics to, like, really talk about unless you guys have anything you guys want to ask me personally. Yeah, unless you guys would like to ask me something personally, I don't really have much else to talk about. Kind of just gonna check out some of this trailer, and then, which is only, like, 6 minutes long, and then we'll move on to other topics. You said check 947? Cool. Right here. By the way, I really appreciate Zedokster and Marcos. I really want to just give you guys a quick shout out. You guys are capable of having a debate and just like, like disagree, have like your little debate back and forth, and you guys aren't getting toxic about it. I really do want to commend you guys for that. I appreciate you guys for being able to maintain this relatively easily and toxic free. Page 6. Alright, so page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Is either of these pages? Crazy that if creating a star like that is a feat, then the current strongest being in Fairy Tail needs prep time to replicate an ace level feat. Yeah, I don't know, man. Fairy Tail just really comes across to me as like one of those things. Which is it? Is it this one? Which page is it? Can you just describe the page? What's going on in the page? 3 Ken? One, two, three, four, five, six. Must be easier when they were distracted. Something out. Caribou is a useful fellow. The thing that makes it troublesome is their relaying that they went to that away business. But you see a smart snail they use in Wano. Okay, I don't know. That one. This one? Okay. Is a top tier game. They probably will have some footage for Tokon Beta. I will check. Yeah, I would appreciate that. What was that Sakura versus Sukuna thing earlier, by the way? Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Essentially, why are you asking me personally? Because why are you asking me, one man? Yeah. So I have this idea of bringing up the stream idea of debating anyone in chat live on stream on who would lose in a fight. We try to downplay within reason the character that we are representing and explain why our opponent's character should win the fight. You can tackle any of the points the opponent makes and offer better interpretations for their opponent's characters in order to make them sound better or further emphasize why their character is trash. You can make whatever claim you want for the opponent's character to hype them up as much as possible. So essentially we're trying to argue that our character would lose, and we're trying to downplay our character as much as possible. That's quite the feat, isn't it? Yeah, that's a 5-minute timeout. Yeah, that's just a 5-minute timeout. I'm not. Yeah, why would you do that? Bro made me click on the pages. Look at all the random stuff. Read random fuck-ass pages just to sit there. Yo. You know what? Big Mom does eat beans. Sorry for my behavior last year. I want to be better. You're fine. You're all good, man. No harm, no foul. I don't really hold anything like that against people. You're completely fine. But yeah. Yeah, scaling Fairy Tail feels like bashing your head against the wall. Then why do you do it, Aster? Why do you constantly try to scale Fairy Tail? Because here's the thing, Aster. Every single time that you talk to me about Fairy Tail, every single fucking time that you talk to me about that fuck-ass series, you always come back giving me something else that is either inconsistent or completely fucking just out of the blue. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It is some crazy degenerate stuff at that point. Like you're just doing it to yourself, dude. No one is asking you what the fuck is happening here. I just see some guys fighting each other. Whatever. I'm over it. Okay. But yeah, I don't know, man. That's on you at this point. Is there any other interesting is this the guy from 100-Year Quest? There's a new chapter. Fascinating. The fuck? Did Natsu get another form? You ate it? The sun I made? Boom. I'll eat any fire out there, even if it burns my lungs. Oh, cool. My children eat. Why you? Here goes nothing. Coming. My sword blades are useless against me. Wendy. Yeah, I got this. What the fuck happened to Wendy? Why does she have those weird-looking things? Grant the power of dragon slaying to my friends and allies fighting on this land. Enchant this whole land, all slayers. It's like Irene's magic. Who knew that Wendy would become a high enchanter? What's this power? Holy crap. Oh, dragon slaying power. Handle the rest. Okay. Wow. But you love to bash your head against the wall. Yeah, but I bash my head against the wall in a video game, not in a fucking power scale. Yeah, they have Tokon. I'll look up Sonic Fox in a second then. Sonic Fox. You like Sonic Fox, I'm assuming? Tokon. There we go. I'll check out some Sonic Fox stuff in just a second. I just want to finish this trailer. If that's the case, why was it 50? Because Julio, I think, wants to debate me on him having Sakura and me having Sukuna, and then he wants to, and since we have to, debate to win, I have to basically argue that, if I were to debate him on Sakura versus Sukuna, I would have to debate Julio on why Sakura beats the fuck out of Sukuna, and I have to downplay Sukuna in order to do it. And I said I might do it if somebody pays me $50. Don't actually do it. Wait until you find out about SCP power scaling. Well, it's a good thing I'm never gonna look into it. It seems like an easy task. Yeah, it really not. It really doesn't. It's a Herculean trash. It's a Herculean task. Honestly, only the strongest, most disingenuous people could even remotely try to make such an argument. I'm being so serious here. No way, you guys don't want to listen to me voice recorded. That's crazy. List theories for the next One Piece chapter. Do you guys want to list some theories for the next One Piece chapter? We'll pull that up after this video's done. We'll pull this up. Why'd you inconsiderately downplay Madara just because One Piece Madara has every win con in the bag against someone as mindless of a brute like Kaido? Genesis Jaywalker, would you like to join me and me only with nobody else in chat after I hide chat? Would you like to join me in a voice call right now live on stream and explain to me what exactly I'm downplaying for Madara? Or are you going to be like everyone else and say, no, I know how these things go, you're just going to jump me with a bunch of people and you're all just going to yell at me even though I've never done that once and I've never planned on doing that to anybody else? Would you like to join me in a voice chat where you and I have a nice calm conversation about why apparently you think that Madara has every win con possible, even though he gets absolutely splattered like a bug on a wall by Kaido's simple club swing and base form? Sounds like I'm being misogynistic. Definitely not being misogynistic. It has nothing to do with the fact that she's a woman, and it has entirely everything to do with the fact that she's a terrible dog shit character who, honestly, I think everyone would just be happier if a giant meteor fell on her head and crushed her brain. But yeah. The Kachu is him basically stating his frustrations at not being able to connect an attack. Cool. I don't see why it can't happen here overall. It's not like I have a good advantage anyway. It's not like I have a good advantage anyway either way. I mean, it just makes it easier for you and I to have a conversation overall. I can send you the Discord link. It's my public server. You can join me on chat, and we can just have a convo. I'll kick anybody who tries to join out of chat. Nobody will talk to you other than myself, and I can promise you I'm not the type of person to literally insult you or do anything like that. Who's my favorite Marvel superhero? Iron Man. 100% Iron Man. I do like Thor. I do like MCU Thor, but I like the Chris Hemsworth version I do like the version of Thor that has Stormbreaker. I like Stormbreaker MCU Thor from Infinity War. I don't really care for any other version of Thor though. I don't know. I think it would be like Iron Man, Spider-Man, maybe Hulk. Hulk was definitely in my top 5. I like those guys. They're pretty cool. Like I said, Genesis Jaywalker, we can have a nice calm convo. I don't insult, I don't do anything crazy. I just want to hear you out. I just want to hear why you say that apparently Madara has every win condition and wouldn't lose to a simple brute. And if you don't want to have it, I will respect that, but then I will simply explain to you why I disagree with the claim and why I think a meteor comes at Sakura. She's dusting it? Absolutely not. She would have no feat to ever remotely back it up. I need winter? Fuck no. I need summer. Fuck winter. I hate the winter. Winter is terrible. Yo, guys, would you guys prefer the summer or the winter? I gotta go with Beta Ray Bill. Oh, that's right. Beta Ray... Wait, Beta Ray Bay? I thought it was Beta Ray Bill. Anyway, or Deadpool. Deadpool's up there for me, too. Deadpool's definitely up there. I don't think there are a lot of people that can say they don't like Deadpool. How much for you to slander Sakura? Oh, I could do that for free. I could slander Sakura from today all the way to tomorrow. I could unironically just make an entire stream. I could bring back the 8-hour-long streams and just slander Sakura for the entire time. You guys are more Fall people. Fall is a fucking fake-ass season made by the conservative left media, bro. The conservative, woke, liberal media, bro. There's no way I'm gonna sit here and believe that when half of the countries across the planet don't even have something like fall, man. Every single country near the equator doesn't even have something of the sort. It's literally just winter and summer, and I think that's way more efficient. Fall is nothing more than a hoax. A hoax. A bamboozle that all of you troglodytes are simply falling for. Moon Knight is really fun. Yeah, Moon Knight's pretty cool too. I meant Bill, my fault. No, you're fine. I just wasn't sure. Once we know more about Emu from abilities and skills, would you make a How Strong is Narona Emu similar to Kaido or Naruto? Yeah, I would definitely make it. Either slandering soccer, slandering bleach. I remember. Yeah, I will make. Yeah, the conservative left media. Yeah, the woke conservative left media, bro. I'm telling you, these motherfuckers are out here making shit up for you fuckers, and you guys are all bringing it. Yeah, you guys are all fucking eating it, man. Falling for drums. Yeah, all right. I really like spring where I am. I hate summer. Yo, again with the see, this is what I'm talking about. You guys believe in this garbage like spring. There is no spring. There is no fall. There is no tooth fairy, and there's no such thing as. Actually, I was gonna say. I was gonna say, and there's no such thing as Black History Month. I had to stop myself, but I'm like, yo, somebody could clip that shit and take it completely out. And someone could take it completely out of context, bro. Nah, let me stop. Queen of England? Yeah, there is no Queen of England. I was trying to think of Queen of England because that was the scene. I got that from we got that from where the fuck was it? Megamind. It's a scene from Megamind. Fuck. I couldn't think of Queen of England, so the first thing that came to my mind was Black History Month. Yeah, the Megamind reference. So only winter and summer, yeah. I would like winter if it snowed more where I am. It's kind of shit for me. Nah, fuck no. Listen, as someone who technically owns a home, I'm telling you straight up, the last thing you ever fucking want is winter, bro. The birds or CIA drones. Bro, that's what I've been saying for years! The fucking conservative woke left media is trying to tell you motherfuckers that pigeons are real. Can you explain to me how everyone sits here and thinks, even for a slight second, that it's even remotely possible that there are just a bunch of random birds wandering around all the city and you never seen a baby pigeon? There is no such thing as a baby fucking pigeon, and I promise you that none of you have ever seen one. How is it that in every single major city in the fucking world has pigeons in it when it's not even indigenous apparently to any of those countries, bro? All I'm saying is that shit is a fucking trap. That shit is a fucking trap by the conservative woke left media, bro. I'm telling you. If every chapter from now on was mid at best in terms of writing, probably actually, yeah. I love snow. I don't care. Nah, bro. When you're a homeowner and you have to clean up snow, bro, that shit is the most tedious fuck shit ever. I hate the fact that every single time it snows, I have to be up early in the morning to pile that shit up on the side, and just because otherwise, like, somebody's gonna get a fuck. Because if somebody slips in my front porch, I get a fucking fine and I have to pay for their. I think I have to pay for their shit. Has no mental defenses for Genjutsu. He doesn't need mental. You ever seen a baby pigeon? Exactly. My messengers are being devoured. That's crazy. Wait, somebody sent a thing. Yo, one man. Thank you so much for the 10. Can we get some W's for one man? Can we get some fucking W's for making me choke laughing? I appreciate that. If the meter is as big as Eon's forehead, Sakura would have trouble. Something about the size of Russia would be more doable. How the fuck am I catching a stray? What the fuck? I would probably still read One Piece, but I'd definitely start to be a little bit more and more disappointed if the writing was really that dog shit. I have never seen snow IRL. It's too hot over here. That sucks. I'd say at least watch it one time. If you ever get the opportunity to travel during, like, winter time for other countries, I would say check it out. It is nice, especially for, like, a non-native snow... for someone who doesn't natively deal with snow, I'd say it's very nice. But for someone who has dealt with it, like, every year for, like, the past 20-plus years... I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be so honest with you, bro. It's trash, especially when, like, it piles up and it turns all black and dirty. Because where I live, the snow tends to, like, pile itself up after, like, everyone tries to move it, and essentially gets all, like, gray, watered down. Like, when it's, like, there for a long time and it doesn't heat up quickly enough, it just straight up, like, goes straight up dirt black, and it's just gross, man. Eon's snow cyst. Yeah, I hate the snow. Don't you think it's odd all the birds just seem to disappear during the winter? It's because their wires can't handle the high amounts of cold. The birds don't have a liquid cooling system that allows them to maintain high amounts of heat during the summer months, but then when it's winter, they say that they all fly down south, when in fact all those pigeons and CIA drones, all they really do is that they go back to CIA headquarters in Washington, and or New York, or in I think I heard in Boston too. They always fly near some buildings in Boston, and you never see them fly past those buildings. I'm telling you straight up, it's all fucking government ploy. I've seen baby pigeons. In fact, my mom cooked one when it got bigger. Disgusting. Yeah. Bro's actively a fucking government spy. Bro's actively a sleeper agent. I'm telling you guys straight up. Also, Michael's right. Where do birds come from? You guys ever heard of which came first, the egg or the chicken or the egg? Bro, how the fuck is one supposed to come over the other, bro? There's no way I'm going to sit here and entertain the idea that that just an egg randomly existed that turned itself into a fucking pigeon, and there's no way I'm going to entertain it without anything ever laying it. Like, what laid that egg? A fucking lizard? A human? A primate? No, these are fucking, bro. No. It's all just a government ploy. You saw the helicopters infecting livestock with ticks? I did not. I gotta say, Eon, your leftist right-wing conspiracy theorist pivot is doing great. I appreciate you for that, man. It really is. All I'm saying is that, like, listen, the woke conservative left media wants everybody here to essentially do nothing more than fight each other over power scaling. It has always been a ploy by government workers to try and push us to hate on each other. Because think about it like this: who are the most active people on the planet? Naruto and One Piece fans. For years, we have gone to Area 51 and tried to outrun all of their turrets, missiles, machine guns, and all of their security system just to try and find where the aliens are. And One Piece fans, when gathered together, could take down the Nepal government. They are trying to use their government drones and their troll-based tactics to make each and every one of us fans hate each other so that we don't all conglomerate into one large mega community that stops the government. I'm telling you guys. Yeah, our hockey's too great. It's just that most people are too dumb to realize that they're being manipulated by both the left, right wing conspiracy theorists, man. It's crazy. Anyway, this is why people say the USA's educational system is as it is. Luffy's getting generational slander on IG. I see it. You kind of deserve the stray for Black History crack, but it was funny as hell. I did deserve the stray. 100%. I did deserve the stray. I'm from Florida. Snow is a fucking myth. Ragnar got CIA robots undercover squirrels then. Baby pigeons stay in the nest till they grow up. That's a fucking lie. I've never seen a baby pigeon's nest. I've never even seen a pigeon's nest. Fuck out of here. Winter is actually the only season that exists. Summer, fall, and spring don't exist. That's what I'm saying. Should we tell them about the government spraying weird stuff over our heads? Yeah. It's how they turn the frogs gay. All the other wing cunts listed, Kaido has no counter for. All right, I'll check out whatever garbage you wrote down in just a second. Whoa. Who's coming over? Chicken and eggs. That's what I'm saying. Who the fuck is coming over the chicken and the eggs? You have to fertilize it somehow, but you can only fertilize it if the chicken was born first, but it can't be born without the egg. It doesn't make sense. Fun fact, birds are dinosaurs. There we go again. More people being taken over by the woke conservative left media. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. So you could say it was me, Dio, all along type shit. Naruto is a government plant to make people want to become president. Dinos got hit hard with diffusion and we're left with reptiles and birds. Man, I can't wait until I finally get a One Piece game that truly captures the scale of the series and brings its world, characters, and battles to life like never before. Yeah. I also love coping. Where do you get your cope from? Where do you get your high amounts of high-grade copium for? Because I would like to ingest some of that too. I'm not really into inhalants. Is there a way to take it maybe in pill form or edible form? I would prefer that. Was the message about you being put on a leash you sent to Discord today also woke right wing propaganda? No, that was a conservative woke Italian media, which you are a part of. The Archaeopteryx was the father of modern birds. Alright, nerd. Everyone point at Soldado Alax and fucking laugh at him for being such a nerd. Look at this guy bringing in the government's scientific quote-unquote facts. I listen to 4 a.m. podcasts by people who wear tinfoil hats, good sir. I know the real truth, and I know, and you and I both know, that our planet is nothing more than a flat dish with a fucking glass dome on top of it. The world is flat, everyone knows it's true, it's only a government ploy. That's why you only ever see NASA government agents go to the moon. They won't let anyone else go to the moon besides NASA agents, which, mind you, NASA was developed by the Nazis. All I'm saying is, you people are believing they're garbage. I choose to be woke. Alright, so, what's his face? Genesis Jaywalker. You said something about, You said something about Kaido, right? Oh, Kaido has no mental defense for Genjutsu? Okay, so starting off with the first point, right? Let me just clear this up, right? Just, real quick. Just to, by the way, guys, I'm gonna have a, stream content idea where any of you can, debate me on which of us can downplay a character more and more. We have to try and argue why our character loses to our opponent's character. Let me know if you guys would like to partake in that. Anyway, let's start off with a new one. Let me explain to you why I disagree with everything that you just fucking said, right? So, okay, let's just start this off really quick and simple. All right. So, Kaido versus Madara, right? So let me just teach you a thing or two, okay? Kaido versus Madara, right? You said Kaido has no mental defenses for Genjutsu. Okay. You said, TSO, erase him, and, he can't see Limbo clones, and, Rinnegan interacts with the soul. Rinnegan interacts with the soul. Alright, now let me explain to you why you're wrong. Why you are wrong. Here is, why? What the fuck? Okay. Why you are wrong. Okay, so let's go off with the first one. Kaido can't be put under Genjutsu. Kaido has no chakra or a chakra network. Genjutsu does not work. Genjutsu doesn't work. Doesn't work if you don't have any chakra. Don't have any chakra or a chakra network because it works by manipulating the opponent's chakra. Number 2, TSO are not lightspeed. TSO are not lightspeed. In two separate instances where Madara launches one first. Madara launches a TSO first. Kakashi and Sixth Gate Lee could reach the same location as a TSO with a kunai that was thrown farther away, that was thrown afterwards, after the TSO, and from a farther distance. TSO. So yeah, they're not lightspeed, and you have no way of arguing that they are. Let me bring up point 3. I'll make this like, what, 64? No, we'll make it 67. 67. Okay. Your third point. Can't see. Limbo clones objectively cannot hurt Kaido. Limbo clones can't hurt Kaido in the slightest bit. You have to prove that they have more. You have to prove that they have more force than what's necessary to split a continent with their punches. And finally, Madara has no way of physically holding Kaido down to rip his soul out. Has no way of physically holding down Kaido. There you go. That's why you're wrong. Anyway, if you need any feats or stuff for this, let me know right now. Malevolent, thank you so much for the 5. Guys, can we get some W's for Malevolent? How strong is the government if all the conspiracies were true? They would definitely have the capacity to mass infiltrate every form of media out there and essentially manipulate the human populace in order to subjugate us and make us all believe that everything is fine and in control. Essentially creating a dystopian society, which some would argue we already live in, but hey, it is what it is. Deep dish Earth, what do I return to? I bet pigeons can go to the moon. I bet so too. You guys, I heard that a knock on my door and 2 guys with black suits are outside. Yeah, don't worry about them. I usually ignore them. They're always standing outside of my house. Don't worry about them. They usually just ignore them. Hockey would just allow him to fight regardless of if he's under an illusion. Stop the cope. The world is hollow. That's why rockets are drill-shaped. That's what I've been saying, bro. The opportunity to downplay Natsu, sign me up. So it would be you Natsu versus me having another character. USA government or the world government? Wow, I did not know Genjutsu doesn't work against Kaido. Impressive that he can survive a gunshot. Yeah. It's literally stated in Boruto that everyone has chakra, that shinobis and animals, non-shinobis. Yep. The fact that I know this chakra fact since he has mentioned it so much. I like the Hollow Earth conspiracy more than the Flat Earth because Hollow is just more fun. There is a sense of adventure to it and with lens unknown to be explored, while Flat Earth there is nothing beyond the edge. I'm gonna be so honest with you, Alex. Did you get this theory because you watched the Godzilla movie? Because it sounds like some Godzilla movie type shit that you're just saying. With enough time, you may become better than Eon himself, except if it's about Sukuna. There's hollows on Earth, Menos Grande type shit. I've watched Godzilla vs. Kong. They said the Earth was hollow, so it must be true. That's what I'm saying. You have an issue with Kakashi throw speed matching the TSO, but we're going to ignore the fact that Kakashi is just that good and talented and he upscales above TSO in speed, therefore upscale? No, that's not an actual argument. That argument is terrible. So what feat exactly proves that Kakashi can throw? Okay, so give me an argument. Give me a legitimate feat within the context of the story that proves that Kakashi can throw a kunai at light speed. Give me something within the context of the story that proves Kakashi can throw a kunai at light speed. Anything at all. Anything, present actual evidence. I don't give a shit about you saying that he's just that good. I don't give a shit about that. Who gives a fuck about him being talented? I could argue like 50 One Piece characters are also talented. Give me an objective statement or feat that implies that Kakashi Hatake can throw a kunai at faster than light speeds. Do it. Come on now. I'll give you a chance. This is what I said. If you want to just have a conversation, it's way easier for both you and me. But otherwise, I am just going to keep pointing. I can pull up the feats. I can pull up the statements. I can literally pull up everything you need, anything you need me to pull up right here. There's nothing here I need to hide. I can give you arguments. I can give you scaling for each one of these things. But I am straight up telling you, there is no way that Madara makes any of these things even remotely work. Also, TSO can also be destroyed by brute strength. TSO can also be broken with brute strength. Yeah. Yeah, TSO can also be broken with brute strength. So yeah. At this point, I'm going to make the game. Yeah, make the game. I would support it wholeheartedly. I will be your first backer. Make the game for me. Smoke all the copium you need. We'll get something going. We'll get something going. Classic. Give me objective feeder statement part of the stream. Yep, it's always back to it. It's always back to it. Oh wait, guys, it's time. Pull out your bingo cards, guys. Did I ever upload them to the? Oh no, I didn't. Let me go to the streams. Gen chat. Day 1 of rage baiting Eon until he starts to bean out. Eon, shut your bitch ass up, twin. You gotta lock up, twin. This ain't even you, twin. For real, for real. Fawnum thing. Alright. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's upload these here. Uploading 8 files. And then let's go here. This is for everybody. This is for everybody who is in the Discord, either one of the Discord servers, the paid one or the casual one. You are both welcome to do it. So yeah. Bingo time! Let's do some bingo, guys. I will pull up, let's see. Alright. Alright. That's enough of calling me beans. Enough, please. Yeah. Let me open up another one. Open. Madara is on. Marco is onto something. Let's open up another one. File, open, and then we'll just bring up. I'll bring up 1, 2, 3. I'll bring up 4. Marco about to get obliterated. Here's a quick 1-minute timeout. Don't ever refer to me as Beans again. All right, so which of these are we doing with? All right, so have I crashed out yet today? Nah. Let's make these slightly transparent. With an inside circle. No. How do we fill this out? All right. Light speed baselines. Dodges the light fang. Kakashi and Hokage upscales off of this. Right. That's not Kakashi upscale though. Let me explain why. You are comparing. So wait, are you telling me you're saying chapter 674? You're saying chapter 674, right? So you're stating that. Okay, let's go through this real quick. You're bringing up chapter 674. So let me just get this straight. Yes or no, Genesis J. Walker? Are you telling me that Naruto dodging the light fang somehow correlates to Kakashi throwing a kunai? How does Kakashi, especially a feat which, mind you, let me just bring this up for you in an earlier feat because you clearly don't know what you're talking about. Let's do right here. So you're telling me that a feat that happens in an earlier chapter with a version of Kakashi that is objectively weaker. So you're telling me that a feat that happens in 7 chapters prior. You're telling me that a feat that happened 7 chapters prior to Naruto dodging the light fang somehow means that Kakashi now can throw a kunai at light speed? Because, oh, look at this. Look at this. The kunai comes in at the exact same time. Wow. So interesting. It's almost as if the TSO themselves are not, in any way, shape, or form, light speed. Oh, look! Madara launches the TSO first, and then Minato throws the kunai at Kakashi, and then Kakashi catches it, and then... What happened? Don't worry, my fellow AI, he can't kill me. Should have been a 24-hour timeout. You said it, my love. Here's a 24-hour timeout for Marco. Letty, guys... Wait, actually, let me put up a post. Let me put up a different poll. Should I listen to Letty and time out Marco for 24 hours? Come on, chat. Chat, just so you know, chat, you can vote yes, and it'll be entirely on her because she would have thereby have told me that I needed a timeout Marco. She said it right here. Just read it right here. Should have been a 24-hour timeout. You guys should. So just to be clear, you guys are not going to be at fault. You guys are not going to be at fault. No one can blame you if you press yes. You guys can 100% vote yes, and it'll be entirely her fault for having me time him out for 24 hours. You guys should totally vote yes here. And don't worry, again, him getting timed out will only be on you, would only be on Letty. It will be nothing more. It will be on, you guys don't have to worry about it ethically or morally. Don't worry, chat. He'll be fine. I'm only going to be streaming for like another maybe 20 minutes. So, yeah. Anyway, did, what's his face go away or no? Genesis Walker, are you still here? Genesis J. Walker? You got any other better arguments than that, trifling little, attempt that you made? Or do you have anything better than that? Because I'm going to be honest with you, I'm going to be honest with you, you haven't given me anything to work with here. Like, the feat you gave me does nothing for your scaling. I don't see the poll, it's right here. The poll is, right here. It should be up for everybody. I'm dying. I can't laugh no more, yo. Nah, I'm Team Marco. For the love of everything good and sacred, sacred and pure, vote no. Nah, you guys should vote yes. You guys should vote yes, because voting yes means that Letty now has to take full blame for Marco specifically being timed out for 24 hours. Core reason why is a thrown object doesn't gain speed on its own, it's deceleration. Now I'll say, not all TSO is the same, which is why the kunai caught up. So you're telling me then, right? That all of a sudden now, 6th Gate Rock Lee, You're telling me that 6th gate Rock Lee, who throws this kunai, while 8 gate guys is flying at Madara, and Madara's throwing 5 kunai in him. You're telling me that this feat right here, with nothing to back it up, is light speed? Because I'm telling you straight up, you can totally choose to believe it, but nothing here implies that this is a light speed feat. You literally could not prove in any way, shape, or form that Rock Lee, who once again throws a kunai from a farther distance than what Madara is to Guy, and who launched his TSO first, are somehow traveling at light speed, because that would thereby mean that Lee threw a kunai at FTL speeds, with once again you having, objectively speaking, no evidence to even remotely back up. So again, try that again. Did we hit any other bingo markers? Can we get some W's for? We've definitely done that one today. We've definitely done that one. Can we get some, and that's a timeout. Yeah, we've definitely done that one. Crashes out in Spanish. I have no reason to believe. No. Beans. Yeah. Yeah, we've definitely done beans. Gets close up to the mic. I don't think I've done that. Let me pull that up real quick. I think I've done that today. You want to discuss this on voice chat? Yeah, we've done that. Absolutely hates Fugaku's daughter-in-law. Yep. Denies being Unk. Where does that ever show up within the entire context of the series? Gets up close to Mike. I don't give 2 fiddly fucks with 2 tears of blood. All right, yeah. So yeah, we're pretty close. Something disingenuous. Yeah. My Digimon message isn't going through. That's weird. So if everyone votes yes, you listen to Betty and don't ban me. No, yeah. So if everyone votes yes, should I listen to Letty and time out Marco? No. So if everyone votes no, I will be timing you out. You guys have until we get up to 20 votes. Vote no if you like femboys. Unfortunately, Letty, the 2 people that were pro femboy in my chat, they're no longer in here anymore. So they left a while back. Dude, Tamari's attack is FTL by the Wind Fan. Kakashi is objectively above Tanari. You cannot argue this being speed too. Madara is above Kakashi, including everything speed is pretty simple. No, it's not. Because Tamari can have a jutsu. Here's the thing. Here's the only thing you are allowed to argue, actually. Tamari has exactly one singular jutsu that could be considered light speed. That does not mean that Kakashi can throw a kunai that's faster than that. There is nothing that supports the idea that Kakashi can throw a kunai that is even close to this speed. So again, unless you can somehow give me a situation where Kakashi throws a kunai that travels faster than these winds, I have no reason to even remotely entertain the idea that Kakashi is actually light speed. Like, yeah, no, Tamari could 100,000 billion trillion % have a flight speed feat. I don't give a shit. This is a jutsu that does not inherently mean she throws kunais. It doesn't mean she runs at. It doesn't mean she can punch at light speed. All it means is that she blows her fan and wind comes out that can travel at light speed because it is a jutsu. Kakashi threw a kunai, one which you can't even argue is being amped up by chakra. So again, try better, do better, give me an objective piece of evidence that irrefutably pushes the idea that Kakashi or Rock Lee could throw a kunai at light speed. Still haven't given me anything. Oh, I have no reason to believe. Yeah, there we go. What did Marco do, and why is nobody telling me? He made some joke about me being beans, so yeah. We get 2 more. We get 2 more, people. Yeah, Letty started it. Just remember, Letty's the one who started this. She said, and I quote, should have timed him out for 24 hours. So now, if I time out Marco, it is entirely her fault. He called me AI, and I should have timed, and I said should have timed out for 24 hours. Exactly. See, she even admitted to it. Let's see. Live chat. My Digimon messages aren't popping up. Swallowed. My messages are being swallowed. Yeah, I don't see anything, dude. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was on a roll. Eon and Beans, Letty and AI. Yeah, I was on a roll. I voted no, Marco. I got you, fam. Yeah, not gonna lie, Letty, that's on you. Yeah, that's on you, man. Whatever I do as your boyfriend, I'm definitely voting yes. Yeah, whatever I do as your boyfriend is based on whatever these people vote for, that then follows whatever you said. I own my mistakes. My words too powerful. I'm too amazing. Yes, you are the most amazing person I've ever met. And it's because of this, and even though we have 33 people, most of them would have to vote at this point for no, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to cancel it right here. Yeah. So, unfortunately, Marco, Letty asked me to turn you... Letty told me. She told me to time you out for 24 hours, so now you are timed out for 24 hours. Oh, no. You left out a last message. No last words for you, my friend. No last words for you. Marco, it ain't looking good? Yeah, no. Unfortunately, my friend, you got kicked out. No, it's too late. He's gotten timed out. Letty, why'd you make me time him out, Letty? Why'd you make me time him out for 24 hours? Everyone, look at what Letty made me do. Boo her! Yeah, she's a monster. She's a monster for this. 100%. Please switch, because I think that's the only way you're going to see my Digimon message. Just retype the message right here. Just retype it here. 61 versus 39. The poor kid is going to die. Yeah. I am just going to copy Naruto Storm games and make it better and way more cinematic. That would be awesome. Oof, I can't believe Letty did this to Marco. I voted no, by the way. How could you, Letty? Yeah, how could you? How could you do something like that? How dare? How dare, Letty? Everyone type in the comments, how dare, Letty? I'm a bit neutral on it right now, so we'll both call it equal. No, we don't. I'm not calling it equal at all. Why do you guys always have to call it equal? For this one, you'd have to try very hard proving that Limbo clones don't have moon level AP and DC. No, I don't have to try very hard. Give me a single feat or statement that even remotely implies that the Limbo clones can split a continent with their punches. Because let me show you something really fucking funny. Let me show you something really funny. Luffy versus Kaido Part 1. Let me show you something extremely fucking funny. This is Luffy in Gear 4. Luffy in Gear 4 scales drastically above, especially since he is already one arc removed. He scales above two guys who each have a statement that says verbatim, 771, that says verbatim, your foot is now powerful enough to split the continent of ice. And Luffy used his most powerful attack, the King Kong gun, which would be far more powerful, Jay Daywalker, or whatever the fuck your name is, an attack that is even more powerful than that continent-splitting kick, and Kaido not only, let me just speed it up, took the punch straight to the chest, and Luffy took his Thunder Bagua straight to his chest, but Kaido walked away from it without a single scratch. So Kaido in base form could tank a punch that is greater than continental in durability, and Madara Uchiha, and he walked away from it without a single scratch on his chest. Yet Madara Uchiha has no statements, no feats, nothing to even remotely prove that his Limbo clones, let alone that he can, split an entire continent with a single punch. So again, I ask you, Daywalker, or whatever your name is, or Jaywalker, I ask you once again, give me an objective piece of evidence that proves that Madara Uchiha can do it. Okay, but Madara in his final form scales above the Ten Tails Continental Fleet by a wide margin. What's the Continental Feat that you're referencing? You're just saying there's a Continental Feat. What are you talking about? I'll debunk the One Piece feat because the continent was hollow. The continent the Ten Tails destroyed is not. What continent did the Ten Tails destroy? What continent did the Ten Tails destroy? Because guess what? I can prove up. I can again. Just go again. You can't debunk and you can't say it's a hollow continent because guess what? Not hollow. And also, these guys right here were literally saying, what's up with this stuff? Not even our pickaxes or fire will break it apart. It's frustrating to see a pirate's treasure beneath. This continent is known as the Crystal Ice Sheet. Cracking it requires monumental force directed at a single point. Yeah, and just to back up my point, just to further emphasize what I'm saying, let's go all the way back to Alabasta, where Bon Cré, the homie, quite literally fights Sanji, and right here it says, when enormous power is directed at one point, it doesn't cause extra damage. There are no cracks on the hole. That means that he is manipulating his AoE, his area of effect. If it wasn't hollow, why is there pirate treasure underneath? It's hollow and weak. It's not hollow and weak. You cannot argue. It might be hollow. You might be able to argue that, but it's not weak. Not weak in the slightest bit. Pickaxes and fire can't scratch this ice. Pickaxes and fire cannot scratch it. And the only way to open it is by quite literally cracking it, requiring a monumental force directed at a single point. Also, look at how fucking thick that is. And they're all the way down in there. So, yeah. Mind you, he split it only to open it. So, yeah. Anyway, you said that the Ten Tails destroyed a continent. What continent did it destroy? Because I can easily debunk that right now. What feat are you talking about? Are you talking about the Cataclysm, or are you talking about the Tailed Beast Spawn? Doesn't a normal kunai damage a truth-seeking orb? Or am I misremembering? You're definitely misremembering. Then you have to agree that the hollow moon feed was still a moon feed even though it was hollow? I don't care if it was a moon feed. Madara doesn't scale to that version of Naruto. In fact, the promotional material says that that Toneri is the most powerful character that Naruto has ever fought so far, and that would put Toneri above Kaguya, and he only split the moon. And mind you, Kaguya's above Madara, so yeah, no real arguments there. Don't really care about the moon level feed either way. Doesn't scale to anything nothing in base Naruto scales to it. There's nothing within the entirety of the 4th Great Shinobi War that scales to the moon splitting feat, so I genuinely couldn't give two shits. But yeah, so what's the continent feat for the Ten Tails? What's the continent feat you're bringing up? Because you're essentially arguing that Madara can punch with more force than the Cataclysm, and unfortunately, my love, you have no way of proving that Madara Uchiha could punch with more force than the Cataclysm, which isn't even powerful enough to destroy one of the smallest countries in the Naruto-verse. Yeah. The Storm and the Biju Blast, let's go over that. I'm so happy you brought those up because that is so easy for me to just straight up tell you why you're wrong. So first and foremost, let me open up this panel. Let me open up this one. Let me open up Land of Waves real quick, because there's something on Chapter 9 that we must present here in order to teach you a thing or two about Naruto scaling that you clearly don't know about, because most people only seem to focus on War Arc feats, even though, you know, the War Arc itself isn't that impressive by One Piece standards. So let's see, right here. Where the fuck does that happen? 610, right? Yeah, 610. The Shinobi line shows up. The Shinobi line shows up, and then let's see. Yes, right here. And we will also bring up the Cataclysm. Yeah, that weak ass Cataclysm. Yeah. Okay. Right here. And then oh yeah. Let me pull out this feat with Madara dropping meteors, because this will be very important to my point later on. Okay, right here. So, let's go up one by one, right? No wonder why this channel gets so much views. You like making people angry at you. No, I don't like making people angry at me. It's just you get angry because you can't counter anything I say. You get angry because you can't literally find a single statement within all of Naruto that proves a character is continental. So, for starter, Kakashi says in this explanation, for most of the countries on this continent, mind you, this is showing a map. Look at this map. Land of way, land of water, land of clouds, land of stone, land of sand, land of fire. Okay, this is a continent. Most of the countries on this continent, the ninja villages, serve as the military force. Okay, so we've established that all of these locations are all countries. Okay, and next, this is a location of the 4th Great Shinobi War map. And this right here says, right here, this tiny area right here is where the 4th Great Shinobi War happens. This tiny little area, patch of land, over this massive continent, and I'm calling it massive for the sake of calling it massive, this right here, this tiny country, the second smallest country, with the Sound country being the smallest country, the second smallest country is where the vast majority of the Ten Tails part of the fight takes place. You're talking about the Ten Tails. Again, look at this. This is the country that we're talking about. This is the country that we are talking about. And the Ten Tails is this fucking tiny. Mind you, this is the explosion. This is the explosion that Kurama and the 8 Tails made, and this is the explosion of the 10 Tails. So it's not even it's not even powerful enough to fully blow up one of the smallest countries on the planet. Then we have the fact that the 10 Tails shot another tailed beast bomb near a city, and it didn't even fully blow up the vast majority of the city. It didn't even blow up the city entirely. There is still a large portion of the city that is still there. So the 10 Tails is tailed beast bomb right there, as you can see it. Let me go back one page. Kaboom! Did hit the city, and it didn't even fully blow up the city. Then, let's go for the Cataclysm. This thing that you're talking about. You're saying that this is a continental feat, but there is no statements within any of these panels. Let's show you the panels. Bum, 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 bum. Now it begins. It's enhanced mountain jutsu. There's another jutsu that can stop any day, any better day. They're planning a cataclysm. We've cut the link to it. Yep, no statement of it being continental anywhere on screen. No statement whatsoever anywhere here that says it's continental. Just a single expansive showing of this location. And here is the craziest fucking part. The Ten Tails is summoned. The Ten Tails summons the God Tree. When Obito summons the God Tree, he summons it in the exact location where the Ten Tails Cataclysm takes place. And once again, this is the Shimo Frost region. Let me just show you. Once again, this is this country right here. And oh, would you look at that? The meteors that Madara is dropping don't even fully cover one of the smallest countries on the planet. So let me show you. I'm aware, but observe the curvature of the planet. I don't give a shit about the curvature of the planet. I give a shit about how big the country looks. Look at this. 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 Not even covering the entirety of the explosion. Oh man, not even covering the entirety of the country. So the Ten Tails' fucking cataclysm doesn't even fucking cover the entirety of the fucking second smallest country in the context of the story. So yeah. Easy chicken, easy clap. The Ten Tails isn't continental, the Ten Tails isn't planetary, the Ten Tails is barely country level with its strongest attack, and Madara Uchiha has in no way, shape, or form, nor do his, the Limbo clones, have any way of even remotely proving that they have the capacity to punch someone with enough force to split a continent. So talk all the shit you want about Don Chinjao's continental feat. You go through the copium necessary to say that a statement right here that says, I have seen that your foot is powerful enough to split the continent of ice, mind you, the one that's tougher than metal, alright, you're not right or anything, but I'll look past this and say it's equal point. No, it's not equal points for the both of us. I completely disproved you, and you cannot even remotely tell me in what way, shape, or form Madara Uchiha or his Limbo clones have the capacity to split a continent of ice. So no, it's not equal points. No one's taking care of points. I've completely destroyed every single one of your arguments, and I can easily do it for the Genjutsu point. I can also just straight up do it for the durability point, because guess what? You, unfortunately, and under no facet of logic or reason, can even remotely argue that regardless of unbending space, Might Guy's Night Guy is even remotely close to continental in terms of it's even remotely close in terms of continental attack potency, because there's nothing here that states that the Night Guy is capable of destroying a continent, damaging a continent, splitting a continent, or causing large amounts of damage to a continent. And guess what? Madara Uchiha literally says right here, ha ha ha, I almost died. So, if Kaido the Beast, in base form, could one-shot Monkey D. Luffy, who can release a punch that is greater than the force necessary to split a continent of ice that is tougher than metal, then I can easily argue that if Kaido can one-shot Luffy, he can easily turn Madara Uchiha to a splat of blood on the wall. You are aware not everyone has the same stats in One Piece. Everyone's stats is different, and the feat might be specific for Don Chinjao specifically. Not at all, and not absolutely not. Don Chinjao and Sai need to use Haki in order to perform that feat, and Kaido straight up has higher levels of Haki, even stated by Katakuri in Whole Cake Island that there are levels to armament Haki, and Kaido would naturally have higher Haki, higher physical strength, and higher brute force than any of these characters, especially since Don Chinjao and Don Sai are both objectively weaker than Luffy, Zoro, Fujitora, and, what's his face? Oh, yeah. Doflamingo. Doflamingo, which, again, would scale above those two fuckers. And you know what the funniest thing is? Doflamingo couldn't even hurt. Doflamingo, with one of his kicks, couldn't even hurt Luffy through Gear 4, and here is Kaido one-shotting him. It's about stats and striking strength. Yes, it is about Haki. It 100% is about Haki, because do you know how Don Chinjao and Don Sai perform the feat? Haki! Look at that! Look at that! Haki! Woo! Yeah! I love One Piece. The feats are all backed up within the story. I don't have to make up bullshit, because when you ask me something, I just pull it up. I just have to pull up a panel. I don't need supplementary sources. I can just look at what the camera says and put it up on the screen. Holy shit. That is so funny. Maybe do research better. Maybe remove some of the bias that you had for Naruto, and then come back here and tell me, oh, hey, Eon, you know what, man? You were right. You know, Naruto isn't as powerful as everyone made me out to believe. My scaling is kind of inconsistent. It is entirely reliant on me saying that because Naruto in Six-Path Sage mode dodged the Light Fang, that automatically somehow translates to Kakashi throwing a kunai at light speed, even though his feat happened 7 chapters earlier. Come on, man. Come on, man. Anyway. Yeah. We're like 100-0. It's not even remotely close. You didn't really give me much of an... You really didn't really even present much of an argument. You used basically every single argument that everyone who comes into my chat every other day tries to do, and say that, like, oh yeah, but look at, like, the explosion at the Tentails. I don't give a shit, bro. It didn't even cover one of the smallest countries on the planet, so why do I care? Damn, dude. Damn. Easy chicken, easy claps. Easiest argument of my life. And the war arc is one of the worst arcs, in my opinion. Zad about to be obliterated next. What did Zad say? Eon gets mad. He takes crazy beans that make him zesty. Damn. Letty's really letting me... Letty is really informing me of who should or shouldn't be taken out behind the shed. That's crazy. Someone else got timed out for 1 minute. Move on from this bracket. It's overdone. Now all Madara needs is illusions for being Kaido. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Has never been a win condition. Genjutsu has never been a win condition for Madara. Let me just, you really want to go, you're already, bro, I'm being honest with you. You're already like you're already 0-3 with me. We're already 0-3, man. I don't know if you really want to keep this going, but if you want me to keep proving you wrong, sure, I can easily do that. Alright, let's bring up the Jiraiya statement. Naruto, Genjutsu works on your opponent's 5 senses. You control the chakra flowing through their cranial nerves. You control the chakra flowing through their cranial nerves. Let me pull up the early Chunin exams. Alright, where is it? Where are the 8 inner gates statemento? Let's see. At 8 specific points along the Keirakuke, the network of energy lines through which chakra flows. Chakra flows through the Keirakuke, the chakra network. And energy lines through which chakra flows. So chakra flows through the chakra network. Let's pull this back up. You control the chakra flowing through their cranial nerves. It's highly advanced. Nobody masters Genjutsu, blah, 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 blah. If you're caught by Genjutsu, to stop your chakra flow as much as possible. While you're caught, your chakra is under your opponent's control. If you can break that control and disturb the flow, the chakra flow, you can break the Genjutsu. Genjutsu works by controlling the opponent's chakra flow. Bro, I have to make both of our points have the same equal amount of fair. No, they don't. You made up bullshit. You didn't back up your points with any objective feats or statements. You basically simply said Kakashi scales to Naruto, which he doesn't. You basically said Kakashi has to scale above Tamari's light speed wind attack, which no, that's a jutsu. Kakashi just threw a kunai. You said the TSO have to be as fast as Madara. No, they don't. They're actually quite slower. So yeah, you never overcame anything. You never overcame anything I said. You basically just say the continent is hollow, but the continent is also made out of an ice that is so tough pickaxes and fire can't even scratch it, and Don Shinjiao split it in a single strike. Split it for a long way with a single strike by manipulating the area of effect so that it can naturally close later. So yeah, we're 0 for 4. We're 0 for 4. You made 4 points. You made 4 points. Kaido, you made 4 points, right here. Kaido has no mental defenses for Genjutsu. He doesn't need them because he doesn't have Genjutsu. TSO erase them. TSO are too slow to ever matter. He can't see Limbo clones. It doesn't matter because they can't hurt him either. And Rinnegan interacts with the soul. You have to honestly prove to me that he can literally hold him down. Let me keep it a buck with you one last time because I barely have the patience. I don't give a shit if you want. I don't give a shit if you ever don't have patience. I don't give 2 fiddly fucks or 2 tears in a bucket about what you have to say. Because unfortunately for you, you can't prove me wrong. All you can say is, that's not even remotely true, bro. What are you saying? The continent that you're talking about doesn't even scale. It says continent right there, buddy. It says continent right there, buddy. What do you want me to tell you? Madara can use genjutsu? Nope. Even Naruto claims you have to manipulate the flow of chakra within the opponent. And guess who doesn't have chakra? Literally every single individual outside of Naruto. You're 0 for 3, my guy. You're 0 for 3. If you want to talk about why the Rinnegan, why Madara literally cannot hold down Kaido, I can also go into that real quick. But yeah, let me know if you want to go into that. Dude, your args fail time and time again. You are not equal. Yeah, I agree. What did the blue men do to you? The blue men have done nothing to me. Anybody got a bingo yet? Anybody got a bingo yet? Eon is out of control today. I'm not out of control. I've always been in control, damn it. Genjutsu doesn't work cross first. You don't get crutches because you're losing too hard, but even if it did work, Haki counters it. You want to know what the craziest part is? Genesis, even if I gave you the Genjutsu standpoint, observation Haki works as a sixth sense that doesn't require the other senses, which Genjutsu only affects. So whether it's the sense of taste, smell, sight, sound, or touch, observation Haki, the most basic iteration of it, absolutely counters it because it works through intent. Kaido can literally just sense Kaido's intent. Oh my god, did you know that? Man, that's so funny. Then One Piece as a series would look like it's stronger just because it's more goofy, illogical, and just wacky. For Naruto, it's more sheer realism, but at least I'm on the right side. You're definitely not on the right side. But, oh, look at that. He said, oh, it's goofy and illogical. What about One Piece is illogical? What about One Piece is goofy? Like, cool, it's goofy, yeah, who gives a shit? You know what else is goofy? One Punch Man. But you know what no one ever says? Saitama's feats don't count because it's a gag character. Saitama's feats don't count because he makes it funny. I bet you would sit here and say that Saitama blowing away or sneezing away Jupiter or flying through the fucking vacuum of space with a fart is all very much logical, but the moment I show you a feat that says a character is a continental, oh, you're gonna sit here and say, oh, well, it's not based on logic, it's all bullshit. Eon, it's not even remotely true. Did you smoke Smurfs again? I don't smoke Smurfs, bro. Smurfs smoke me. Actually, I don't know what that means. What if it's verse equalized? Will what, Genjutsu work then? Yeah, and I can just argue Conqueror's Haki blasts you right out of it. That's why verse equalization is stupid. Because for every argument you can make for any ability in Naruto, I can just argue Haki makes it so that you're just immune to it, or you're just not that easy. When did a sixth sense counter Genjutsu? When there's literally no one in Naruto with a sixth sense. And oh, guess what? Haki doesn't require the 5 senses to work. Genjutsu requires requires you to manipulate 5 senses, and observation Haki is essentially a 6th sense. In my opinion, Genjutsu doesn't work on a character outside of Naruto, even with verse equalization. You can't really argue verse equalization would give a character a whole biological organ they don't normally have. I agree wholeheartedly. But guess what? They'll still try to argue it because otherwise they have to, because guess what? They have to use hacks. These guys quite literally have to use hacks to beat a bunch of physical stat merchants like One Piece characters because they literally can't make an argument that Naruto characters ever keep up with physically, because otherwise, you know, they just have to admit that their verse is weaker. It's so funny to me. I've been binge watching One Punch Man for a good bit. Genos is my favorite character. Here's the big difference. Murata knew that he was doing it's a parody manga. That's okay, because it's ironic. That's the intention. It's intentional, yeah. And you know what Oda said? He made Gear 5, and he made it especially goofy because he didn't want to write a very serious story. So it's also intentional, Genesis Jaywalker. It's also intentional. Oh my god, you're so cute. Oh my god, you're so cute. Look at you, trying to make some stupid little argument about the One Punch Man saying that it's intentional when One Piece is intentional too. Oh my god, they're so alike. So just like how you can argue that One Punch Man feats work, I can argue that One Piece feats work. Oh my god, would you look at that? Yeah. You think One Piece is intentionally silly? Wow. Wow. It's like saying that every feat in OG Dragon Ball doesn't count because OG Dragon Ball was originally intended to be a silly manga. Oda draws in accident. Yeah, Oda's just drawing everything on accident. Eon gotta be a sociopath, Anton Sugar type shit. I don't know about a sociopath, although I did think about that at one point. Nah, Drac, nothing bothers me. I'm invincible forever. Well, in Stage 1, KCM is able to sense chakra and emotions respectively, which is unaffiliated with the 5 senses, but I don't think Naruto was ever put under Genjutsu after getting either. Was never put under Genjutsu. Besides, if I remember right, I think it was Obito having a conversation with him, but I don't think that was a Genjutsu moment. One Piece characters have plenty of decent hacks themselves. Future sight, intent reading, mission and internal destruction, blocking without touching through Haki, and several non-Haki abilities. Dragon Ball feats don't count until Z, I guess. Yeah, I guess OG Dragon Ball feats don't count until Z. I guess no one in Dragon Ball is planetary because it's supposed to be a goofy series. It's supposed to be a gag-based goofy series that isn't supposed to be taken seriously. I mean, didn't Goku hit somebody through one of the manga panels in the original series? I can give you a panel of One Piece giving out a dark subject matter that's nor parody manga at that point. Saitama kicked away a black hole just because Saitama doesn't take his job seriously. Like, what? Bro, like, when a person actively lies to themselves to this extent... sorry, One Punch Man. Yeah, when a person actively lies to themselves to this extent, it genuinely is funny. It genuinely is funny to me. Where the fuck is the Genos fight? When does Saitama meet Monster Garo? Monster Garo. Chapter 154. Thank you. 154. Yeah, okay. Yeah. When anybody know the chapter that this shows up in? Chapter 170. I think you're looking around that range. Oh, so it's 170. You know the chapter I'm talking about, the one where like Saitama looks super serious against what's his face? It's around chapter 170, right? We'll just keep clicking through until we find it. All I'm hearing is that as long as it's funny, Luffy, no One Piece character can do it. Yeah, I guess, right? It doesn't matter what the scaling is. It doesn't matter what's going on. All that matters. Yeah, right. So this isn't supposed to be taken seriously, right? So when he's doing shit like this, when he's showing up, he's just not meant to be taken seriously. Saitama's not actively trying. What chapter does Saitama... What chapter does Saitama look super serious against Garo? It was 164? Oh, yeah, sure. A panel like this isn't supposed to be taken seriously, right? Silly does not equal dark. One Piece is not a parody, but it's a goofy manga through and through. Has its dark moments, exactly. One Piece is hilarious, but Guma's backstory is fucked up. Murata might be a bigger gooner than Hiro Mashima. Nah, absolutely not. I don't even know why genre would matter, but begin with a crazy low-tier argument. I mean, his argument is terrible. His argument is basically that Saitama is allowed to be... No, we're not making exceptions. Fuck no, we're not making exceptions. Because when we make fuck-ass exceptions, then people like you go out of their way to simply downplay a series you don't fucking like. And I don't give a shit if you don't like One Piece, dude. I could get 2 fiddly fucks and 2 tears in a bucket if you don't like One Piece. The simple objective fact is, I have proved evidence every single time for every single claim that I have made. You have made nonsensical claims, you have made terrible claims, and your arguments always amount to the same level of garbage that I have literally had to debate people for literal years now on. You have not given me anything new. You have brought up the exact same arguments. Don Chinjiao's continent isn't a continent. It is a continent. Oh, but it's hollow. Don't give a shit. It's a fucking continent that he split. And he also says his grandson can split it. TSO can erase Kaido. No, the fuck they cannot. They are way too fucking slow. They don't erase half the things that they try to attack. They are dog shit and only nullify ninjutsu, and they are far too slow to ever matter, and they can be broken through raw physical brute force because Guy fucking did it to Madara. Genjutsu doesn't fucking work. Everyone tries to argue the shit. It doesn't fucking work. You cannot give me a single panel where an individual that is objectively stated to not have chakra or a chakra network is put under Genjutsu. And yes, it is stated in Boruto that the Otsutsuki are parasites that come to different different fucking planets in order to plant their chakra seeds to absorb all of the chakra on the planet, thus killing all life. And in Naruto, it is stated that if you run out of your chakra, you die. So, and then you want to talk about limbo clones and Madara strength, even though there is no fucking feat in all of the war arc that implies that any of these characters are continental. So I ask you, give me something better than the garbage that I've heard for the last 3 years. Nor you have not presented anything new. You have not given me a new argument. You have not given me anything that I haven't already heard and debunked thousands of times over at this point. It is easy to debunk. I can always have the panels up. I can always pull them up, and you will sit there and choose to cope that, oh man, but oh, hey man, I have to, I don't think that we should count One Piece. Why not? Why not? Why not? Because it's silly. Okay, and Looney Tunes are silly. But you're not going to sit here and say that Bugs Bunny can't solo Superman or fucking Goku, right? You're not going to sit here and say that Saitama can't, farting through space isn't a gag moment, right? Isn't a parody moment, right? Okay, cool then. Cool then. Okay then, so here's what we're going to do. You are not going to make up any. You're reaching by bringing up a different genre of series, my guy. You're the one bringing up a different genre of series. Because you're the one who made the claim that Naruto is a grounded, realistic series and One Piece is goofy and illogical. So don't go into it. Anyway, do his goofy, sexy jutsu in the Kaguya fight? Yeah, I guess what Naruto isn't serious because in one of the most climactic battles in the whole series, for the sake of the planet, Naruto turned into a bunch of men in order to get a reaction out of Kaguya. Cool, fantastic. Jesus Christ, it's always the same bullshit with these people. It's always the same bullshit with these people. They can never make a decent argument. It's always the same dog shit arguments. You guys literally could not make a better argument. You asked us to call you out when we see it. You're sorry. Maybe close to an insult. It's not your style. Sorry. No, you're right. You're right. Thanks for letting me know, man. Sorry. I got way too heated again. Fuck. Damn it. I did it again. Fuck. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Thank you, one man. I'm really sorry. Fuck. Damn it. God damn it. I keep doing it. I keep letting myself get upset about this stuff. Damn it. I have to do more work. I have to do more work. I really have to do more work towards this stuff, man. I really do. Leanne Stewart, thank you so much for the $10. I'm really sorry. Yeah. Can we get some W's for Leanne? I really do appreciate the 10. I really do. And I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry about like crashing out again like that, guys. Not good on me. Fucking hell, man. Why did your girl send Marcos to hell? Letty is a very vindictive person, you know. Sometimes she likes to send people to the Shadow Realm. Calling her AI is nothing more than blasphemy. It's like saying that I eat beans, you know. It's like saying that I eat beans, you know. It's absolute blasphemy. She considering that she has me by the leash and you guys voted, considering that she has me by the leash, and, you know, she demanded, she outright told me, and you guys saw it right there on stream, that she would break up with me unless I get rid of Marco. I don't know, man. I just had to, you know? What's all this about? Oh, nothing crazy, nothing crazy. I'm just making up a joke about Letty. What if you were AI and she ate beans? Well, it'd be kind of crazy because you guys have been arguing that she's blaming you on Discord. Is she now? Is she blaming me on Discord? What is she saying about me on Discord? What did they say? Eon is the one with power, says the killer. Marco on stream says the killer. Yo, the lore of the stream is crazy. Yeah, right. We both know that's not how it works. That's exactly how it works. I was away for a bit. What happened? I have no reason to entertain this. Woke Italian media got Marco. Letty killed Marco. No, I'm innocent. But you're the one with the leash. How? She lies. Besides the point, he still has autonomy. Manipulated Eon to timing him out. Marco said the forbidden bean word and got timed out for it, and it wasn't even my fault. He's a strong, independent Eon who can make his own timeout decisions. No, I can't. She tells me, no, she doesn't eat beans. She's lying about it. She doesn't eat beans. That's a complete lie. She's just lying to all of you people. She 100% threatened me. She said that she was going to threaten me with a fucking good time if I didn't do it. And she and I both know what a good time means. You know what's crazy? She was talking to me a couple days ago, and she saw this video where, like, a couple of weeks ago, right? We were watching this video on YouTube on Instagram Reels, and she sent me a video about some girlfriend waterboarding her boyfriend, and she was like, "Hey babe, we should try waterboarding you." And I was like, "What do you mean you want to waterboard me?" And she was like, "Yeah, no, I mean, I totally think you could handle it better than this guy." And I was like, "Babe, I don't think I want to be tortured." And she was like, "No, you'll be fine. No one's actually torturing you. I'm just gonna put a little towel over your face, and it's just a little towel over your face, you know, like a little nice a thick cloth over your face, and we just pour a little bit of water. We'll do it over the shower. You'll be fine. Don't worry about it. And I'm like, but babe, there are literal like statutes of limitations against this shit. Sorry, not statutes of limitations. There are literal like wouldn't these be considered like a war crime of some kind? And she was like, no, it's fine. And besides, you'll do it consensually, right? And I'm like, I guess I will do it consensually. Who the fuck is requesting me? Who the fuck wants to debate me? Letty had him offed cause she was afraid she was gonna squeal about her legal bean transplant business. Don't do that, bro. Calling Lady AI is just Italian leftist propaganda like beans and birds. That's what I'm saying. You want to be tortured, not me. See, look at her. See, look at her. She's fucking lying. Just like how she said that it wasn't her who told me to time out Marcos. Crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. True, I'll step back. Don't try to act surprised. I didn't know he would put Marco in the no-no corner. Letty assembling a whole damn menu at this point. You are worse than emu. Isn't even waterboarding considered torture by the FBI? Well, there's videos about it. There's videos about it on Instagram where like you basically just have somebody sit on a chair and they basically put their head back. You put a towel over their face and then you spray water. Oh, under the dono. Under the dono, sorry. For One Piece Final Arc, I hope Oda just has Usopp do the greatest feat possible, farting between dimensions, sneezing away black holes, run across planets in stated plank time, just to see how people reacted. Law made up his backstory to make people feel bad for him. I want to debate you on your method of debate scaling. Sure. Do you want to debate me, Drachno, live right now? Or do you want to leave it for Friday? I'm down to leave that to Friday because I was planning on heading off soon. Tree found in the forest. Iana's dropping some crazy lore on Discord. Apparently, Lebby waterboarded. No, she hasn't waterboarded me yet. She hasn't waterboarded me. War crimes are only war crimes if it's done actively by military personnel. Also, the U.S. hasn't ratified most of the shit in the Geneva Conventions into laws, so only follow it out of good sportsmanship. Your last comment? My bad. What do you think about the new Luffy is not sword level slander? It's all fine. Emu looks like a Pikmin, so that's kind of a win. Letty worse than the Heian era Sukuna. Yo, Drachno, yeah, we can do it on Friday, bro. I'm down to do it. Just let me know when you're down to have the chat. I'm down to do it, but I'm only doing these discussions live on stream because I'm not doing anything power scaling related. I'm doing my best. I gotta wake up early on Saturday, so I don't want to stay up too late for Friday. We'll do it midstream. I don't mind doing it stream. Did Sage ever get back to you on talking? Absolutely not. I don't know, man. I don't get notifications when somebody replies to a comment I made on someone else's channel. I don't get notifications from it. The whole Luffy is sword level stuff, we've already talked about it in other streams. It's just blasphemy. They're just doing everything they can to make it sound weaker. Yeah, Genesis auto conceded. Yeah, he didn't make any good argument. To waterboard Eon or to be waterboarded? No, she didn't do it to me yet. Yeah, she hasn't waterboarded me yet. You think Blackbeard will fight Shanks? If so, who wins? Blackbeard will probably get something in his arsenal or find a way to beat Shanks in a way that isn't necessarily honorable. Again, how deep are you into Naruto versus Luffy bit, or is it still mostly just scripting right now? It's not scripting. I'm voice recording, just to show you. I'm about 2.5 hours into the voice script. If you want to hear some shit, let me give you guys a bit of a voice clip. Let me give you guys a quick voice clip moment.
Jesus Christ, finally! That took forever. Alright, so, who wins? You kinda lost me halfway through Naruto's End of the Scaling. When you told me I had to just read off a few flashcards, you didn't say it would take over 2 hours.
Yeah, alright. I'll just rip off the Band-Aid right away. Listen, there's no way Naruto wins this round whatsoever. Like, I genuinely do not even have to entertain the idea that he does.
Ooh, people are not gonna like that.
Yeah, that's where we're at right now. I mean, yeah, he would have to hit you up on DC or something. Yeah. Sandbag the GOAT? Yeah. We're bringing back Sandbag. How does Emu stack up against Yuhabaha and Madara from the little we've seen? Oh, curb stomps Madara, and as for Yuhabaha, I mean, we see moments where Luffy says that it was a sure hit effect and he still blocks it, and I don't know, man. I've yet to see Emu take any legitimately real damage. He blocks everything that comes his way, and I mean, if he's a One Piece character, especially at this level, he must have future sight. So, Not really taking into account stats differences otherwise is the stomp for Emu. Yeah. I don't know. With Yuhabaha, it really just is the almighty and setting up traps. I don't know how else Yuhabaha really does anything. Like, I don't really know if I really see Yuhabaha, like, splitting Emu's weapon or Emu just putting it back together. When is the waterboarding scheduled? I don't know yet. When are you waterboarding me, Letty? Is the pre-time skip for both series? Yes. Pre-time skip, first 100 chapters, actually. 2.5 hours for the first 100 chapters. Damn, because your name has soul like sun in Spanish. It is. He is Spanish. He's from Spain. My girl once threatened me to use the hummus torture method on me. I love that woman. What is the hummus torture method? Will the waterboarding be live on stream as well? I'm not gonna lie. If the Naruto versus Luffy video, listen, if part 1 Naruto versus Luffy does well, I'll do this. If the Naruto part 1 versus Luffy gets over 100,000 views, you said you were though. You said you were gonna waterboard me though. You're just straight up lying now. If the Luffy versus Naruto part 1 video does well, if it gets like 100,000 views, I'll do a face cam reveal and I'll let Letty waterboard me live on stream. I'll look up and see if that'll get me demonetized. Hummus sounds amazing. What's the hummus torture method? I'm looking up what the hummus torture method is. Hummus torture method. Was a method of torture exposed by a CIA where whistleblowers where they put hummus? There's no way that's real. Hummus torture. What is the point of it? I think Emu was waterboarded by Lily. In 2014, a U.S. Senate Intelligence Committee report revealed that the CIA interrogators used a procedure called rectal feeding. As part of this abuse, a prisoner's lunch tray contained hummus, pasta, nuts, and raisins, was pureed and infused into his rectum. The victim, Majid Khan, a detained held at secret CIA prison, was subjected to this procedure after going on a hunger strike. Interrogators pureed solid foods, including hummus, pasta, and raisins, and forced them into the prisoner's rectum using tubes. Agency records showed the infusions were used for behavior control and to break compliance, rather than for documented medical needs. Aftermath and findings. Medical documentation noted that the practice caused severe injuries, including chronic hemorrhoids, anal fissures, and rectal prolapse. The Senate reported detailed at least 5 detainees were subjected to rectal feeding or forced rectal hydration while in CIA custody. Jesus fucking Christ. Obviously, not to say the extended research is unappreciated. I don't know how relatable it is to other people, but seeing a 2-hour plus video can be intimidating to get into. Worse yet, when it's only Logtown Luffy versus Naruto, yeah. Yeah, it is going to be very intimidating, but fuck it. That way I don't have to show my face. I gave the large number just so I don't have to show my face yet. Did I capture your truth correctly in the debate server meme channel? Did you capture my truth? Alright. Where's the meme thing? Memes. Alright. And the debate server... Oh, no, this is the other server. Okay. The meme server for debates. Who the fuck is this? It's the beginning of my journey before I become a final boss? Alright. Not entirely, but, sure. All of that from putting hummus up the booty? Yeah. Petition for having Letty use the hummus method on Eon? I don't think are you doing this live too? Probably. No, I'm not doing the fucking hummus torture method. Obviously not to say that the extensive research is unappreciated. Oh, yeah, for sure. Do you think Emu can Dami reverse Kaido? People have been saying that he can't do it to Devil Fruit users. Has he been able to do it to a Devil Fruit user? Who has Emu Dami reverse side? Wait. Who are the victims of Emu's Dami reverse eye? Who the fuck did Emu kill with Dami reverse eye? Let me see. Let me think. He Dami reverse eyes Roxy Zebek, right? He Dami reverse side the Giants. Who else did Emu? He tried Loki and Luffy, yeah, but why would he try Loki and Luffy if he can't do it to Devil Fruit users? Wouldn't that Yeah, just non-Devil Fruit users. Wouldn't that not make any sense? I mean, many One Piece fans would likely go for it because I've watched 5-hour plus videos on One Piece lore theories and other stuff. Like Arthur's ultimate One Piece theory. He said probably. It's not accurate. Eon is too young in that image. That's crazy. I think the only two Devil Fruits he tried to use it on were Luffy and Loki, and they both failed. Rocks, Dory, and Broggy in the Merry crew. Yeah, he didn't use it against any of them. Gunko has a Devil Fruit? Yeah, but he doesn't Dami Reverse Eye Gunko. W stream gotta go. Bye, y'all. Rip Marco. Yeah, Marco will be fine. Most of the Dami Reverse Eye victims haven't been any Devil Fruit users. Yeah. If Devil Fruit users were immune to Dami Reverse Eye, he wouldn't even have tried. That's what I'm saying. Like, what sense would it have made for him to do it? What sense would it have made for him to have done it if Devil Fruits are literally a counter to it? He should know they have a Devil Fruit. That's what I'm saying. So why? Yeah. So it doesn't make any sense to me. Why it would work? People mad because Kaido is in the same category as Luffy and Loki, which is a mythical Zoan. Yeah. I don't know if I would necessarily say... I don't know if I would necessarily... Yeah, bro, your video is getting 100k even if I have to watch the video 100,000 times. I appreciated Malevolent Sponge, but I think in YouTube algorithm, it only counts a view per person. I don't think it counts multiple views for different people. Sorry, it doesn't count multiple views for the same person. Anyway, guys, I'm going to head out as well. I need to eat something. I am starving. I will catch you all tomorrow. I will catch you guys... Actually, not tomorrow. Tomorrow, I have to do some prep procedure I'm having on... I'm having a procedure on Thursday morning. I don't know how much work I'm going to get done on Thursday. I'm probably just going to take tomorrow off and just, like, ready up for prep. It counts as views per clicks. Okay. So then just close the thing and then just watch it again, I suppose. Nighthawk has the same eyes as the Dami Reverse Eye. Nika is Nika, so it's probably just them. It counts per views. Oh, bro, I think I won't watch it 1,000 times, different IPs. That's fair. But it does count view time, so watching it again means that it will notice your video. Okay. Having prep procedure for the hummus method. It's not a prep procedure for the hummus method, god damn it. No, I'm having an actual procedure done by an actual doctor. So I need to... it's on Thursday, and I need to spend all day tomorrow doing it. If someone says a statement is a mistranslation, don't you just need to show the other? I never said anything is a mistranslation. Yeah. That motherfucker overwanked facts. That motherfucker overwanked statements, figure of speech, and mistranslations. No one is talking about mistranslations. Alright, guys. I'll catch you guys later. No, I'm not getting waterboarded either. Waterboard then hummus, or hummus then before the water. Waterboard before the hummus. I feel like I would... Actually, I don't think I would talk. I'm gonna be honest, he's having a colonoscopy to make sure he's all ready. Alright, now this. Good luck on your surgery, bro. Odin put me on the chopping block, too. Unfortunate state of affairs. Anyway, guys, have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care of yourselves. Treat others with kindness and respect. Don't be like me and crash out on people over stupid takes that you hear all the fucking time. Be better, do better, and let's try to do better each and every single time, alright? I'll catch you guys all later. Peace out. Jesus